Yeah. Y'all know it's Lex. We got super duper exclusive audio of Rory from the Rory and Mal podcast going in on everything. He's speaking about Drake, Kendrick, the industry, production. Shout out to Rory. He went in what y'all about to hear. We got to give a big shout out to Chris Season on X. Make sure y'all check the description and give him a follow on Twitter. Shout out to everybody that was a part of this spaces as well. And I hope y'all enjoy the content. Roll something up, pour yourself a drink, and enjoy the Bumba Class show. Holla.
Yo. Hold on. This nigga Rory want a mic. Uncle Maury in this bitch. Wagwan, nigga.
Yo, what up, Rory?
Yo, Rory, what's good, my guy?
What's good, Rory?
Rory, what's good?
It's popping.
Hey, fuck Joe.
Here, these guys. All of a sudden, Mars and Chris are from Toronto.
Nigga Rory popped in. Niggas talking about Wagwan, brother. Like, fuck.
Talking about Warrior.
What Wagwan Delilah?
Hey, that's a good. How you feel about the pack, Rory?
I only heard the
No face
off joint.
I'm tripping.
No face, which I like the verses a lot on it. The hook is okay to me, but I really like the verses on that joint. I didn't hear the other two, but I do like the verses a lot.
You got to bump that language too, man. That shit is.
Yeah, about that circadian rhythm.
Yeah, circadian rhythm was the one for me personally.
Yeah, not fast.
I was traveling most of the day. I just got to Chicago, so I'm just catching up on everything now. But yeah, the verses on that No Face shit is hard. He went crazy on that.
Yeah, I agree. No Face was that was fire.
Hey, follow back, nigga. You not Joe Budden.
Don't sleep on the language too, man. You guys have to dissect the verses.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Toronto.
Even the title in itself, which is a callback to 616, like what was said on 616, like I thought that was clever, personally.
Who was he dissing on the language back in 2013? When has he
Kendrick.
ever made a sequel?
Do we feel like
anything?
What No Face? Because obviously, like that No Face. I ain't gonna lie.
I thought the language joint was a diss to Ye back then. I didn't think that was a Kendrick diss.
No, it was
that was definitely
done. That was definitely done. Yeah,
it was
definitely.
I feel like
Drake was still
just
Drake
my.
Was still
I feel like Drake's the first shot at Kendrick on Josie Freestyle.
Nah, bro. I feel like it. You
Y'all
don't think Control?
Listen, don't even break down them balls, man.
You don't think Control, bro? You don't think that's where a lot of the animosity started?
I think Drake might have threw the first jab at him on that because that led to the Control. Wait, didn't that come out after Control?
I feel like
Jodeci Freestyle.
Jodeci Freestyle came out first.
I think
they both came out in 2013. Man.
They both came out. I'm about to do my Googles right now. Hold up.
I do know why Control dropped though. Control dropped was because Big Sean was trying to get back at Drake for him tweeting out. Because you know that Big Sean interview came out, right? Where like Big Sean was saying like I can do a verse with anybody, and he specifically said Drake, and he gonna body him. And then literally the next day, Drake tweets out best players talking like starters I hated.
Big Sean can never, bro.
Literally like within a week.
Listen, Big Sean's album is not coming out for the rest of the year.
Your money.
Hold on, real quick.
Your money is just a little Barney's co-op for you to be trying to show out.
What's y'all issue with Big Sean? Like,
every time he tries,
Big Sean is not that guy.
Big Sean can spit.
He can spit, but he's not bodying.
Big Sean.
You know what's so crazy?
Y'all can't tell me this verse ain't about Kendrick.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
I niggas can't tell me this verse ain't about Kendrick.
Apology, actually.
Hold on, y'all. One at a time, y'all.
I actually owe Big Sean an apology. I'll admit, like I always felt like I don't know. I felt like Big Sean kind of was like the type of guy to, you know, throw stones in high hands. But you know, I'm glad he came out and he set the record straight. And you know, like I said, I'll keep it a buck. Like I owe that man an apology. Like I didn't.
I feel like the OVO community would love no more interviews by Big Sean. He had some crazy bars at Kendrick on that shit.
And Rory, you know what's crazy? Because a lot of people act Rory like Sean can't rap, bro. Like the boy get off.
Sean can rap, but this the problem. Sean is
ever
really
since he came on the scene, he can spit.
Sean is a great rapper, but he's not battle tested, and that's I think his only downfall. He's not battle tested. Think about it. Hear me out.
whenever K-Dot came at him and he went on with Charlamagne and talked about that situation, he should have went at that nigga, bro, instead of just letting that shit slide and then waiting till to talk to DJ
I
Khaled.
also think. I
He
also
did. Or
think.
no more interviews. He went right at
Yo, let's do one mic though. Let's do one mic because we
that
know
was
it's
a
gonna be
direct shot
chaotic.
at Kendrick, in my opinion.
Bro, nobody heard that though. That's the only problem. It didn't make no noise.
Okay.
I feel like
that's
you know
fair
what I'm saying.
enough,
So I feel like he could have done a better. He could have taken that opportunity to showcase us, because Big Sean talks greasy. Don't get it wrong. A lot of people don't know Big Sean talks greasy. He talks greasy on tracks a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? So he has the ability. I remember from Detroit days and Finally Famous days.
All the
You know,
Finally Famous tapes.
yeah,
Like,
that
yeah,
nigga
for
Big Sean
sure.
can spit, but
For sure.
his
I also
consistency.
think like with Big Sean, one thing that held him back was a lot of the underlying issues with good music and Ye. I feel like it pertaining to his career, it ain't
And
even like about
he
his
talked
skill
about
set
that, bro.
necessarily.
He talked about the whole mental situation. But even with that, it's like, bro, the kind of like passive aggressiveness with Ye, it's like, fam, if he did you dirty, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? To just nigga say the shit, like, you know what I mean? But that's my only
So Ye
gripe
was
with it.
foul though, especially in that Drake
Yeah, but
interview.
Big Sean's the issue that Big Sean
But
has.
you
He
also
doesn't
got
want
to
to
think
admit
how
it.
people.
That's it.
You
That's the
also got
issue.
to think how these guys' personalities are, right? Like Sean has never to me been the most aggressive guy in the room, y'all.
True,
Like,
that's true.
like Drake and Kendrick. Like he's not gonna come out and just be like, "Oh yeah, what's up with it?" Like it's not that, bro.
I
He's humbly.
think what slowed Sean down musically, right? And this is just my opinion. I could be 100% wrong, but I feel like he gave Ye his best work with Graduation, and he's been like chasing, trying to make that
Yeah.
perfect album.
I feel like that's the
When
case
did
with a lot
Detroit?
of.
Hold up. When did
I feel like that's the
Detroit
case
come
with a lot
out?
of Kanye's artists. They gave
Hold on, but
him their
best
best shit.
work is kind of crazy though, y'all. Best work.
Nah, Dark Sky
Dark
Paradise is
Twisted
crazy.
Fantasy is
Yeah, like
Ye's best work, right? Or are we referring to Big Sean's?
you don't think
smokes
the
my sister
Detroit
Dark
mixtape
Fantasy.
is
Hold on,
fire?
one mic,
And then, bro, Dark
Rory.
Sky
What you saying,
Paradise
Rory?
too.
You think Sean gave his best work on Graduation, which I don't think anything Sean wrote made Graduation. I know
That's
he
what I'm
worked on
Yeah, I
it,
saying.
don't
That's
but
think
kind of
that.
I mean,
surprising.
when
he
you
wrote
go
most of it, I
back,
thought.
he did not write most of that. I know y'all are biased because I know the
well,
community
should
I'm
correct
in,
me. Correct me if I'm wrong.
but I
That's
don't.
pretty tripping.
He joking.
I don't think anything. I know Sean worked on Graduation, but I don't think anything actually made the album that he worked on. But if you're saying that's prime Sean, like, have you listened to the Detroit
I
mixtape?
have listened to the
That's
Detroit
To me,
prime.
mixtape.
that
Dark
shit
Sky
is
Paradise,
incredible.
bro. Dark Sky
Yeah, that's
Paradise
prime.
is so
That's
long.
prime Sean to me. Is
I mean,
the Detroit
when you
tape.
listen to
Would y'all
a
put?
lot of Graduation, bro, you could tell that was a lot of Sean, my nigga. Can I talk my shit again, even if I don't hit again? Dog, are you fucking kidding? Like, it's a lot of Sean shit on that album. To Good Morning, it's a lot of Sean. It's just me. It's just me.
Barry Bonds.
Yeah, I don't.
Man,
I'm gonna
that's
just
up.
my opinion. I feel like Sean's decline started like when there just became this narrative that like his bars are corny, like and it just became a trend.
Yeah.
Like everybody just kept
Wait,
like
hey,
trying to
But
It's
say like,
like
yeah,
what
that's
happened
Mars,
just
with Cole when niggas was
bunching
saying
on
that
about the
bro.
Cole's music
glory.
was sleepy and shit. It's like that type of
but what
shit.
do you mean when the
I
bars
mean,
start
even and I
saying
want
they
to be
was
compared to
corny?
Big. Either one, Big Pun, Big L, or Notorious. I mean, that's a Sean
Bro.
But
line.
hold on, Mars,
Like
you're talking about
people.
the glory.
You
That
gotta think
wasn't
about it.
even the biggest track on Graduation. So
No, it's
People will
you know
not.
what
bring
I'm
No,
up
it's not.
like
saying?
I mean, that's
I was
probably
just
my
giving an
favorite joint
example. I was
on
just giving an
Graduation.
example.
Nah. That's one of my favorite tracks on that joint too. But like, bro, Graduation got tracks on that bitch that way outweigh the glory. So I really
Word.
don't think Sean was on like Wonder and other tracks
No,
You
like
don't
but
know?
guys,
Good Morning
You
and
don't think
shit.
so?
guys,
Go back listen to
guys,
Graduation, my nigga.
guys, stop this.
Hold on, let's shuttle
Cut
rock
it
real
out.
quick.
Cut it out. Cut it out. Just cut it out. First of all, Ye never used to take straight up all 100% songs like that before. Ye was writing his shit, and Big Sean was literally his pen and giving him all the bars and the punchlines. He was writing.
That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't full songs. It wasn't full songs. He was giving him hooks, and he was writing the
That's what I'm
bars.
saying. It's a lot. It's a lot of
Right.
Sean.
I
And
fully
and
know that.
and to double back on what you guys were saying because I was there, mind you, this was the Anichi era. This was like when Tony Shulman was running Anichi, and Just Blaze and Ye were just running up in Anichi all the time. And I was in New York, and he was working on Graduation, and people were laughing at him. That's when like college dropout and all that. That's when Ye was like pen to pad and doing what he was doing. But as far as his cadences, and his flows, they came from Sean. But
All right,
at that time, Ye was using his own pen and doing what he was doing.
but then I
And
have
to
a
speak
question.
on and to
Then
speak on the number one thing what caused the whole Big Sean thing is because if you really think about it, Big Sean was the original Big Three.
He was.
He was top
Do
five.
we feel
But
like that
that's
though,
that's
Low
y'all?
what
key.
Like
people forget.
Rory,
he
hold
was
on,
a
real quick.
prospect.
He
He
was
was
a
a
prospect. It
prospect.
was
Real
like
quick.
No, he
He
wasn't
him
a
wasn't a
prospect. He was
prospect.
the
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
Three.
He
He
was
was a
like
prospect.
He was
him
the buddy. He was
with
the big
I would
three.
Back
say
then, you
You're talking
had
to
you
a
had
man who
Big
was there,
Hold on,
Drake
bro.
and
Sean,
one mic,
you
Cole.
one
had
mic,
Yo,
one mic,
I
Wale,
was
one mic.
and you had
I,
Meek Mill.
I was
No,
there.
man. I'm talking
I
about.
was at Def Jam at that time. This was when Sean had put out "What You Doing Bullshitting." I was working at Def Jam at that time. He somehow had 1,000 people in front of the vape store one day, and then Kanye came in and said, "All right, cool. I'll do Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay." Like Sean, Sean really made a movement all by him fucking self. I was at Def Jam when nobody gave a fuck about him. Then all of a sudden, the building realized that he actually had fans when he
He
had
had culture. He had the culture.
the vape store going crazy. And then Kanye hopped onto it at that time and said, "All right, cool. I'll do this Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay record." I was at Def Jam at that time,
I remember. I
but
remember meeting Sean
but
at the
also I'm
BBC
not
ice
about
cream
to say
store.
that Kanye has did Sean's cadences. Like I've been in sessions with Ye. Like his cadence and melodies he finds. Does he have people write? For sure, but that's all his cadence. That's all his pocket. Like Ye finds that shit for real. So I feel what you're saying, but I can't say that Sean has given Ye any cadences. Like I know Kanye's genius to me outside of production is finding pockets and cadences. He'll mumble his ass off, and then someone else will come in and put words to the mumble that he has.
So Rory,
He's so good at finding pockets. Like
do you feel?
I know the community I'm in, and I know y'all don't like Ye, but he's a genius in that right as far as writing records. Maybe not the exact lyrics, but he's writing those records for sure.
So going back to the original question, do you feel or do y'all feel like that was Big Sean's best?
What?
Detroit is my favorite.
Detroit
Personally,
is his
Detroit is my
best in my
favorite.
opinion, personally.
Yeah, that's just my
Yeah.
personal opinion.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it, bro.
Hold on.
Either
Better
that
than
or
Dark Side
Finally
Paradise.
Famous
I'm just
Volume
asking.
3.
Dark
I don't know if
Paradise
you
is
guys
so
remember
cohesive,
Finally
bro. It's
Famous.
like what,
I remember
15,
Finally Famous
14 tracks?
Volume 3.
Yeah,
Kept me
Finally
running
Famous
to
Volume
the
3. One of
money
those
Three
until
is
two.
my
crazy, but
feet
nah,
lose
bro.
feeling.
Volume 3 is not better than
No,
Detroit,
I
bro.
didn't say
You
it was,
cannot
bro.
Is
put
I
it?
said
Volume 3
other
in
than
better.
I said
No, I'm
other
just
than
saying.
Yo,
I'm
Detroit.
saying.
I ain't gonna front. It might be, my nigga.
Nah, it's
It
not, bro.
might
It's
be,
not.
bro.
It's
No,
not.
no,
It's
Bro,
not
y'all
bro.
better than
sleeping on Dark
Detroit.
Sky
It's not.
Paradise,
That's
It's
the
bro.
not,
Sean.
bro. It's
That's
not.
the
It's
Bro,
Sean
not,
I
I
bro.
grew up
love
on, my
Volume
nigga.
3, but it's not.
Volume 3 hard though, but nah.
What? Money is sex. Hometown. The intro. My nigga. I
Yeah,
don't.
volume 3 hard, bro. Don't get it twisted.
What was Lemonade on? What was
Volume
Lemonade
3.
Oh, volume 3.
on? Forget it. There's nothing to talk about.
Bro,
There's nothing to talk about, bro. He changed the whole
Detroit?
game, bro.
I
After that, he changed the whole game. To be honest
love
with you,
about Meek
that the
Mill.
boy took that, even ran with that flow for a hot second. Like, come
Don't
on, man.
worry about my
I mean, he ran
nigga
with that super duper
That's
Thurgood
my dog.
Marshall. Bank
I
account.
mean,
Got
the
me
first
feeling
thing
That's
he
my
was
bank
on
dog.
from Sean was
Marshall.
that super duper
Ballin'
flow.
till
That
I
super
get
Yo,
a
duper flow.
Miller check.
by the way,
Gargo. I just give him line after
I,
line.
What's
I
good,
think
Rory?
I think that Drake is an elite MC. I'm so happy he stopped doing that super duper flow. I'm so happy Nicki stopped doing it. Like, as much as I love Sean, I'm so glad everyone just stopped doing that shit.
Yeah,
think
bro,
Yo,
it
Rory,
didn't
that's
Hey, I got
age
a
crazy.
well.
question. I got
I'm
a
talking about
question
that
for
shit
y'all
didn't
though.
age well. It didn't
I
age
got a question
well.
for y'all though. Do you guys think that
I
shit,
always
the
hated
quote
that flow
unquote
so much.
super duper flow, y'all think that shit came from Luda or Sean?
Yo, that's a really good point. Some, yeah, I think there's a case to
I
be
I
think
think
made
at
that
the
that
it's
end of the
that
Luda.
day,
Luda.
I think it's
I
Luda.
think at the end of
If
the
you
day,
know,
everybody reverse engineers everybody, right? So
I mean, if you go to
I
Chicken and Beer album, hip hop quotables, like yes, Luda
The
kind of did
super
that
duper
flow
flow is
first.
Luda shit, if you
Yeah,
ask me.
I'll
And
say this.
to
I'll say
give people
this
an example of Drake using the
because
super duper flow, go
bro,
to the Forever, the LeBron
nigga,
James
I'm
Forever
from
track.
Flint, so like we been fucking with
bro,
Sean. So look,
the
like
whole flow on Forever
we
that
knew that,
everybody
bro.
Right.
had
And you
on
know what's so crazy, SB? You know what's so
Nasty.
crazy? A lot of
Sequential.
people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this.
Yeah, that's the first time he
A
did it.
lot of people don't know this. His original verse for Forever, because there's an original version with him, Wayne, and Kid Kid. His verse on that was arguably better than the LeBron James shit.
Hell yeah.
Wait, what song?
That was a
Forever.
classic.
The
Forever, the
original
original
Forever
version
Original
of
version
Oh
of
Forever.
yeah,
Forever.
with Kid Kid. Yeah, that
with
wasn't
Kid
even
Kid.
called Forever, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't Cardinal have a verse on that original too?
No, I don't. I never.
No, it wasn't. It was Big Page, and Boy Wonder produced the record, and Boy Wonder just got a deal with Cardinal Universal. So then Wonder just let him rock on it, and then he put it. But the original song was Drake and Big Page, even Ransom too. Even Ransom too.
Okay.
That was the same. That was the same pack with
Ransom might be the first Drake
flying.
record I ever heard, bro.
Oh, that track was
it might be the first Drake record I ever heard.
Ransom was the first Drake track that niggas heard?
Nah, for me, yeah, bro.
Nah, the first time I heard of Drake was
hold on. If Ransom was the first track that y'all heard, we gotta
y'all niggas ain't OVO, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, cause you gotta think, bro. I'm gonna paint a picture to you like this.
I heard him on D3, Dedication 3, stunting Lil Wayne.
It wasn't even OVO.
It was ATF.
It was all fresh. It was ATF, bro.
Man,
I'm saying when
the first Drake song I heard was "City Is Mine," nigga, on the Room for Improvement tape.
Nah, I wasn't that far back. That's 06.
I was on it, bro.
I was elementary.
I was there when Comeback Season dropped, nigga. I was on the computer, nigga. Had to be one of the first 15 niggas.
I caught on right before So Far Gone. Right before So Far Gone is where I caught on with that nigga, bro. And I was legit, nigga. I was like 10 going on 11, nigga.
I was So Far Gone.
This how far I go back. At one point, I thought Drake and Nicholas F were a group.
I remember Rory. I remember Rory. That's crazy.
He going back real.
No, that's really like before, because I was a big Little Brother fan. So when he was doing like the Don't You Have a Man and
Comeback Season.
What's the other joint that no Comeback Season, but before
Room for
that,
Improvement.
like, I really
he did like the he did City Is Mine, he did Comeback Winter, he did Come Winter, sorry.
I don't know if it's hot. I don't know if it's Hot New Hip Hop or whatever it was. At one point, I really thought Nicholas F and
it was probably on Smash
a fucking group, and I was like, oh yeah, that guy that is in a group with Nicholas.
We're gonna need that.
Yo, Rory, I got a question for you because you was outside around this time, right? Do you think Drake kind of took Fabulous spotlight?
I don't even know how to answer that. That's
because
weird.
I was about to say,
remember around the time,
bad spotlight though.
I mean, there was a time where Fabulous was about to like really like break. Like I'm outside.
Fab, bro.
You mean with like the soul tapes?
Not break. Like I mean, like he was gonna go to another level with the Low Souls.
Break is the wrong word. Yeah, I was about to say break the wrong word.
Yeah, break the wrong word. But with the Low Souls Way album, he was about to like catapult. Right? Do you think Drake had to do with that? His shit kind of not declining, but not that hype wasn't there for Fab anymore after Drake dropped.
No, I think it was just such a shift in music when the blog era happened that even though Fab wasn't old, he appeared to be old.
Okay.
And everything shifted.
Okay.
Like that's
but
really
I'll add
what
to you.
that's
I'll
really what I
add to
think.
you, Mars. I'll add to you though. The Fabulous gave Drake the inspiration though,
because
like he gave him the inspiration because he wanted to get back at Sylvia Rowan for saying that he was white.
Because I was outside when this shit was,
you know what I mean? And if you guys remember,
was the only nigga, it was only a few niggas that could.
I know, but you guys have to remember, Drake looked up to him. So remember, throw it in the bag.
Remix, right.
Yeah, the
remix. Remember to throw it in the bag.
Remix. Let me tell you something. I'm outside in the street around that time, bro. That shit had New York on fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
There was not another song playing.
Yo, throw it in the bag. Still get played. I heard that around Atlanta. I heard that in the city the other day.
Facts.
I still play it.
I was playing the remix.
I just put on the jumbotron. If nobody ever heard
because there was a time where like it was only like 3 niggas, right? It was only 2 niggas that could not smoke wind on the track, but keep up with them. And it was Joel's and Fab, and then there was Drake. To where it was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. It was weird. Like after
you guys also got to remember Drake is a real boom bap type of nigga.
Fact.
Like Jay Dilla, Slum Village, like that. Like he's a backpack rapper. Like
man, you may
like, you understand what I'm saying? Like all that stuff that he does
is boom bap.
Oh yeah, everything is boom bap. And then what happened? What took it to a next level is one day he made Brand New, and then there's a guy named T-Rex. And right now he's on Entertainment Tonight. T-Rex heard Brand New and said, "Yo, nigga." And then from that moment on, Drake started singing on tracks. And that's what changed the trajectory.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, best I ever had is a boom bap record.
Oh, 100%.
For sure.
Most of Drake shit to me is...
Do you guys think people under...
Roy, what's your favorite Drake song? If you have one.
Is there more? Probably.
Is there more? Is tough.
Rory, I'm not mad at that. That's a
That
good
is a
pick,
good
though.
pick.
Tough.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, I take it back. The Ride.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Ride.
ride.
better
Yeah, that
one.
might
I
be
just
my
told
favorite
y'all boys
outro.
about
Bro.
the
I don't
ride.
know. Damn, you had me about to call. Is there more, nigga?
Besides
Now you
Do Not
spin. Now
Disturb.
you spin. Now
That
you
nigga
spin.
said
Now you
Houston women
spin.
I want to dine and take to the house.
Damn, Rory,
My
I didn't know you had this in you, man.
my
What you
moral
mean?
compass
Damn,
is
dog.
janky. It
I
breaks
love
in
the
Nah,
ride.
bro,
itself.
the ride is heat, bro.
Rory, you had a skit arguing Maul down the other day on the pod, bro. We was
Yo,
like,
can y'all Kendrick
damn,
fans?
Rory.
Can y'all Kendrick fans give me a line that can compete with Houston women I want to dine and take to the house? My moral compass is janky. It breaks in the south. Can y'all Kendrick niggas give me a line that can match that?
I
He
can get
don't
you
got
out
a
of
bar.
That
He
Iron
don't
shit
got a
is
Box.
bar.
crazy.
Hold
Iron
on.
That
Box.
Hold
shit
on.
is
Mars, he don't got a bar like that. That's the
Okay,
problem.
Jared, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Why can't we appreciate and love the genius of Drake and love those bars, but also like Kendrick? Because he called him a pedo, nigga. Fuck that,
I
nigga.
mean,
Yeah, because of the pedo shit,
yeah,
bro.
that
For
Fuck
me
that,
personally,
nigga.
that's what it is, bro.
And
And
yo,
I
listen,
always, I
these
always
niggas look at me like I'm
preferred, I
crazy,
always
right?
preferred Drake over
Wait,
Kendrick.
let's let Jared because he
Oh,
has
God.
Jared.
Yeah, Jared,
So
then
go,
everybody
my
else
fault.
go, please, because
Go ahead,
we've
bro.
been waiting to break this down to Rory for real.
I mean, I just don't think he had to take it that far. That was like, I don't know. That was it. Just to me, all that was just stupid. Once it got to that point, it was like this ain't even about. I mean, he has good songs and stuff. There are like a couple songs I do like by Kendrick Lamar. I'm not like a total like hater. Like some people probably think I am, but
I know it's your man's, but I'm just curious, like, why, like, what's wrong with just loving music and just enjoying
No, you could
both
appreciate the
no,
people?
music.
I mean, I think Euphoria was hard too. There was certain songs I thought were good until like Not Like Us came out, and that's when everything just like hit the fan. But
Like to me, even though I know Meet the Grams is probably not completely accurate, but it's a battle. Like, since when do people have to tell the truth in a rap battle?
yeah,
I mean, for me, you
I
know
mean,
what?
I
It's
mean,
like
Rory,
it's just a
Like,
Rory, hold
let
on,
me
I'm gonna
respond.
let y'all go, but then Rory, me, you gotta talk about that.
Hey,
Yo,
listen.
that's crazy.
Let's address Meet the Grams right quick, right? So like, even as Drake fans, right? Like when Meet the Grams drop, we're expecting like, all right, you can say what you got to say, even if it's gonna be lies, but where's the punchlines? Where's the metaphors? What's the entendres? Like Meet the Grams is literally just
talking
him
to a non-existent person.
basically talking. So like, if you're gonna take the route of, I'm just gonna be
Wait.
like,
All right, see, y'all about to make me defend Kendrick, and I don't even want to do this right now. But you don't think that he grew a beard because that would fit him better? Wasn't one of the craziest bars in Meet the Grams? Like, that bar was insane. It was cool. It
But
wasn't insane.
but
wait,
Oh yeah,
wait,
yeah,
can you
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
break? Can you
Cool. All
break
right,
it
bet.
It
down
All right,
and
bet.
why
was
it
it
was
wasn't
like?
even the best bar in that
Rory,
Come on,
we'll agree to that.
wait. Let's let Rory finish. Like, can you break down why that bar is so cool?
Phase, hold on. It's just a joke question I got for Rory. Then you just gotta understand Family Matters is the best song out the beef. You gotta understand
But
that then.
I've said that. Well, as time has passed, I really do love 616. But I said publicly on the podcast that Family Matters was my favorite record out of the entire beef. Like, I've been on record saying that I love Family Matters. So I'm with y'all.
Yeah.
But I mean, if do y'all know what a beard is? Like, he kind of spazzed on that. That bar
yeah,
is crazy.
yeah. But like,
Rick,
if Pusha T gets credit for the truth, right?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, again, for me, it didn't move the needle. I feel like for a lot of people, that song, like, even Kendrick fans are like, they don't even say nothing about like the metaphors, the punchlines, or even the meanings. It's just like, it's just scathing, it's disrespectful. But like for me, like, if you're gonna go that conceptual route of I'm just gonna be extremely scathing and
Okay,
disrespectful, I'm expecting it to be true.
Let me ask y'all this question too. Since when, like, you guys are talking about URL, like, that's where
Okay.
crazy metaphors are. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you go back to Jay and Nas, which people claim to be the best battle, like, I left condoms on your baby seat. Like, there's no punchline or metaphor. Like, it's all gossip. Like, rap
No,
music is gossip. It's gossip.
100%. But Rory, what you have to understand is, for every reason why Kendrick won the battle had nothing to do with the bars. You can't find a soul, a clip, anybody saying Kendrick's bar this done him, or like a sing along, or like
You don't think Not Like Us is a sing along?
no, Not Like Us is a bop. What he did was reverse engineer. He goes, I can't beat him with the bars, so I'm gonna do what Drake does and what he did. And he reversed engineered back to back, and he gave him a bop. He said, "Where? Give me some records. Give me some records." All right, Mustard, you got a bop. Let's go.
wait, and
Like,
what? And one
That's
quick,
not what Kendrick does.
and one
Yeah,
quick
That
thing
is
that
too.
not
is.
what Kendrick does.
Hold,
And
hold,
he did a sensational job at it, but nothing to do with the bars.
hold on.
There
And
was
one quick thing.
nobody said
Listen,
nothing about the bars.
Hold on. And one
I'll
quick
put it
thing.
this. I'll put it this way. As like personally, I think anything pedophile related, like to me, I don't fuck with. I think that's like way over the line. But I don't make the rules of rap battles, so
I
like
feel you.
to
Now
me
I feel you on
No,
personally,
that.
there's
That's
a
all.
there's a
But look.
like I
On Not Like
don't think
Us.
that's cool to even like joke about. So I'm with y'all, but also we don't make the rules with rap battles. Like what
no,
the
we
fuck?
do
Now all of a sudden it's now there's a line.
we don't,
Hold
but
on.
there is
Hold
a
on. Hold on,
format.
y'all. Hold on, y'all. But
There is a format. Metaphors are like. It's like. So it's like it could be a lie, but it's still an adage, or it's still a like, or a facsimile, or double entendre. None of that happened. The man saying things he doesn't believe. I'm from the streets. I could look in a man's eyes and knows he doesn't even believe the words that are coming out of his mouth, and he's
Do
just
you
saying it, and he's just hammering that home on that bar. That's why the battle went left, because all of a sudden everybody, the zombies said, "Oh, Drake's a pedophile. Look at this. Look at this.
yo,
Look at that."
and quick
do you
question,
like
Rory. And
do you
quick
like Ether?
question, Rory, because a lot of us believe it's not even the fact we hating on Kendrick, bro. But you cannot look us and tell Drake fans he outbarred him. Like
Facts.
he put out the Heart Part 6, bro, and then says, "Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm not dropping no more." Why? Because
Oh,
he
see,
barred you
here's the
up.
thing.
He barred you up on the Heart Part 6.
I am not disagreeing with you guys. I do think Drake barred the fuck up during this battle, but I'm trying to tell y'all, look at the history of rap battles. Since when is bars really a fucking thing? Like that's the facade y'all are not realizing. You guys, I assume, love Ether, right? What's the crazy bars in Ether? Gazy and Cockafella Records want beef? Like, what are we talking about? Like, they're not good bars. In the hit 'em up, yo, I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Like, what are we talking? Since when have the
I feel
most
you on
famous rap battles really been barred up like that?
But you see how you
Well,
said like that
since
though.
the beginning,
Kendrick did a
of
good
time.
move
But that's
and
what
didn't do
Kendrick is
that.
known for, though.
Since
Kendrick
when?
is known
Since when?
for
Since when?
the
Since when?
actual lyricism,
Since
and
when
he
has
didn't do
Kendrick
that.
been
That's all I'm
since when
saying.
has Kendrick been known as a metaphor rapper ever?
Wait, so then
No, but
what,
he's been
Rory?
known as
What
the
do you
super
what
double
Rory?
entendre,
What do you
super
think
metaphorical,
won?
I
lyrical,
definitely think they
miracle
put that
rapper.
reputation on Kendrick for sure.
They
They
put
Okay,
do.
that
They
reputation
so
do,
on
bro.
him, and that's why when you came in here right now, and I'm not saying this is on you. When you came in here right now, she goes, "Why can't we prop up? Why do we have to basically bring down Kendrick to prop up Drake? Why can't we appreciate both?" And I
Well, I
agree.
didn't say
That's
that,
hip hop.
but
No, I'm just saying
question.
something
Hold
of
on. Question.
of that
Question.
magnitude.
Rory.
I'm
Question.
quantifying it.
So if you
So
don't think the bars won, what do you think won? If it wasn't the
the
bars,
the 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 story that Kendrick painted, it won. Like it, you guys can say it's fake, and I also don't think Drake's a pedophile. But if we're in a battle, there's no
yeah,
rules, and he
yeah.
painted a better story than Drake did. Like, bro, nobody cares that Dave Free might father a child. Like, that's not. Even though Drake barred the fuck up, nobody cares about that. Like, Kendrick really wrote a better story. So you guys are talking about bars, and that has never mattered in real rap battles outside of URL.
Well,
No,
I
but
agree.
what I'm saying,
hold
let's
on,
just
hold on.
Yo,
But
you
I'll
think
say
yo
this: like he said, he reverse
Tupac had a
engineered back
better
to back. He did, bro. He reverse
he
engineered
reverse
back to
engineered
back, and
back
it
to back.
worked,
That's
bro.
what he did.
yeah.
And it worked, bro.
And Kendrick is a great artist. Like, let's not hear and take it away, but in Toronto we say something called manners. Like, have manners. Like, bro, the man put, like, every
Yeah,
single
but
person in the
do you
battle.
know?
Hold on, every single person in the battle Drake put on. Kendrick jumped off the porch and went at Drake. Drake didn't get, if for all intensive purposes, for everybody who's up here who doesn't know and understand, Drake didn't give a fuck about Kendrick. He wasn't mining Kendrick. He didn't care about none of this Kendrick shit.
Yeah.
He was going at
I know that to be a
Cash.
fact.
He was going at Cash and XO because they did some slimy shit to him, and he was bitter
Mm-hmm.
about that. And then everybody says, fuck those guys, fuck Rick Ross. We want, and then Rick Ross came in with the white boy and all that, so he was addressing everybody. That's what Family Matters was about. People are mad that everybody didn't hone in on Kendrick Lamar, but in the
Well,
reality, from when this started, this was about Cash. Cash is the same person who sent Meek after him. He's the same person who fed Pusha T and sent him after him. He's the same person who got put the battery in Future's back and Metro's back. Mind you, Cash manages Future, manages Metro, manages all these guys. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Now is working with ASAP. Cash's partner, Tony Sal, is over at Maverick Records. Like, this cuts deep. People don't even realize that how EXO even formulated and went. Drake at the beginning was signed to Aspire Records. On Aspire Records was Cortez, Gene, and G. Those are Drake's original managers. Drake fired them, hired Future. Guess what Gene and G did? They went and found Cash and started working with The Weeknd and was all the back end. So the story and everything cuts deep. This is a decade long of bitterness that they have for each other. So that's why he was so honed in. Kendrick came and jumped off the porch and came in and like that. Drake's wondering, like, nigga, I just spoke to you. You were supposed to be on this song with me and Cole, and then you stop answering.
I know.
What's good?
I know all the backstory. I'm not going to say it on here because it was. I'm not going to say. Yeah, I know SB. I know what that whole backstory is. But at the same time,
now he focused on Kendrick.
I think push-ups. I think push-ups is underrated. I think he smoked fucking 12 people. But at the same time, bro, like, I think what you're missing, and I think a lot of people in this spaces are missing, nobody cares about that backstory. They care about screaming, Baca got a weird case. Why is he around?
Okay,
like,
hold on.
You guys are missing the point here. Like, people don't care about that backstory.
No, and I understand.
I think this is very
a casual
important
fan
to
just
say.
wants to say something that's fun.
What you were saying, Rory, about it being about the story, I think that is true. But I think Drake had the better story all the way up until Family Matters. The whole 20v1, the industry, y'all niggas against me, I put you niggas on. Everybody was feeling that. What I think happened when he dropped, and everybody knows, when Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, his back was against the wall, bro, because, and I talked to Mars about this before, Meet the Grams was a smart move, but it wouldn't have been smart if he didn't drop Not Like Us. Because if you remember that day when Meet the Grams was dope at, what was that, Friday night or some shit like that?
Friday night.
Saturday?
It was my birthday.
Saturday? Bro, Family Matters was catching wind fast.
Nah, bro, it was like a 10-minute difference.
Like, no, I'm talking about when Meet the Grams dropped on Family Matters dropped. Meet the Grams at that moment was the talk of everything. Meet the Grams had like a good, 20, 30 minutes. And then, Family Matters had a good 20, 30 minutes. Then Meet the Grams dropped. And then Meet the Grams kind of overshadowed the Family Matters drop. But the next day, bro, Family Matters was growing. It was catching wind. And people were starting to be like, hold up, that Meet the Grams shit was dope. But this Family Matters track, this, and then you have the Not Like Us track that dropped. So what I'm saying is Drake had the better story up until before Not Like Us. Not Like Us, the reason why the shit changed and flipped is because it's like when you in the back of the school bus, niggas roasting each other, and then the niggas say, yeah, that's why your mom cheated on your dad. And it's like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like there's only so much
like,
shit you can say to being called a pedophile.
And here's my
only so much shit you can say.
And here's my
like now it's not fun no more. We were roasting each other. We were going back and forth. But bro, you had to take it. You had to take it so personal. So like, you know what, bro?
As to why I say this, right?
Battle.
Like if Drake, like the Hard Part 6 is fire, right? And I was talking to Phillies on a lot about this shit last night. And I get why people didn't fuck with the Hard Part 6, even though he barred them up. But it's niggas feel comfortable with music, right? You can ride around and bump push-ups, right? And there's some certain bars you can relate to your real life. You can ride around and bump Euphoria. You see a weird nigga with braids. What is it? The braids? It's certain shit you could, you know what I'm saying? Family Matters. You could bump that. Meet the Grams, you might be scaring the hoes, but okay, whatever. Not Like Us.
You're definitely scaring the hoes.
Meet the Grams.
Not Like Us is still Mars. Not Like Us is still scaring them.
No. Not Like Us is a bop. No, we're not gonna discredit.
Yeah,
I'm not discrediting at all.
Let him finish.
Not Like Us is a bop. Everybody's saying it. You know what I'm saying? You can relate to that. You can bump that shit, relate to it. Now with the Hard Part 6, it's a fire record, but niggas is not riding around reciting. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. Niggas not gonna fuck with that shit. As much as he barred Kendrick up, I feel like if Drake would have turned the Heart Part 6 into a fucking bop, that would have literally been.
Bro, I
Yo,
said the same.
okay,
I
It
said
would
the
have
can
literally
same
been.
can I
thing.
It would
ask
have literally
can I
been a
ask
slap
SB a
in the
question?
face to Kendrick.
Yo,
A nigga,
yeah, Rory,
a
go ahead.
nigga who bases his heart series on some like type of like super super duper lyrical emotional shit that doesn't chart. None of them Heart Part 6, none of them 1, 2, 3, 4, none of them shit's charted before. If Drake would have turned that shit into a bop, killing Kendrick,
Yep, but that was never the point of the hearts, by the way.
huh?
Yeah, it's bars.
It was
The
just a
hearts were
warm up.
never.
It was the
Yeah,
warm up every time he's gonna drop
yeah,
a
facts.
project.
Those were
But he
never
does get
supposed to
super. He
chart.
does get
So
super duper personal and lyrical on the shit, right?
Okay, well,
well,
If
all right.
if
So I have a
if
Rory,
question.
go
I
Drake
ahead.
think
would
What
have
were you
turned that
saying?
also,
shit into a bop, a crazy banger, nigga,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
win
he
in
could have did
itself.
that.
Jared, I
Uh,
also think you should probably check out the rest of the hearts. Like they're really good.
I,
So
I
just
listen.
as like a music
I
fan, I think you
think
should check them out. But I'm
I
gonna ask
think
SB a
To Pimp a
question.
Butterfly is a fucking masterpiece. I fuck with it heavy. A lot of niggas in here don't, but I fuck with that album
I
crazy
mean,
heavy. I can't discuss this.
outside of Mr. Morale, I think Kendrick has a flawless discography. So I'm with
Wait,
you
hold
there.
on, hold
But
on. You say outside of Mr. Morale?
I like it, but it's not damn. Like
Bro, I was, I was,
it's
I
not
was,
good,
was
kid.
somebody was saying the other day there was like Mr. Morale's his best album.
no, people.
Nah.
People are just saying shit to say shit. Anyways, Rory,
Yeah.
go ahead. What were you saying?
Um.
Yo,
It was
SB, you
about.
crazy, SB.
Stupid boy.
So from my understanding, I know you have a relationship with Drake.
Yeah, super.
So why didn't anyone tell him for Hard Part 6 that that's not what Kendrick was talking about? Like that's what
No, 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 no.
his scheme was crazy, but it was just wrong.
No,
Like
no, but people are misconstruing what he was saying. He was getting into character and speaking in the third person like he was his mother. Like, you understand what I'm saying? That's what people misconstrued. At the end of the day, you have to understand. Drake, let me dispel, because I know a lot of people are gonna clip this, right? A lot of people are gonna clip this because Rory's up here, so a lot of people are gonna clip this. And I know Drake isn't gonna personally come out here and say this, or anybody around OVO is gonna personally say this, but I'm gonna say it. The reason why Drake has writers is because Drake likes to empower people and put people on. I've seen Drake have a ting. The ting sister tells him one line. He gives her 50-50 credit, or gives her points on a record from one line of inspiration.
wait,
Any
SB,
writer from
SB.
Quentin, yeah.
I have been on record on my podcast saying I think Drake is an incredible writer. I think he's an elite MC. I'm not on the side of this ghostwriter shit.
No, no,
I
no. I,
know
I,
for
I
a
I know
fact
that, but I just want to
Drake writes all this
clarify.
shit, and I think he's one
I
of my
just wanna,
favorite
I
rappers
just want to
ever.
clarify. I just
But
want to clarify it.
why didn't nobody in the studio go, yo, that's not what Drake talking about?
No, because people
Like,
misconstrued the bars, and there was more to the song. There was continuation. If you notice, the Family Matters was like 3 records in one. Heart Part
mhm,
6, there's other parts to it. But this is the
okay,
problem, Rory. This is the issue that
I'm
I
listening.
have. Remove me from it and remove my bias. It's very difficult because I'm a guy in Toronto, so I'm removing myself. Let me make this make sense. What is the reason why Drake lost to Pusha T? The consensus is because he didn't fucking respond.
Yeah.
He didn't respond. Kendrick had allegations. Drake responds. Kendrick doesn't respond at all. And he just lifts up his hands and says the battle's done.
It's a
He didn't
fact.
respond to nothing. So how did Drake lose the battle? That's one. Number two, Rory, I know you're from the tri-state, New York City. Mars, I know you're from
Big
tri-state,
facts.
New York. I spent a lot of time because in those days I was helping out people with designing and fashion. I was a huge fashion guy in industry. So I was always in New York. And I remember this. At the time, Jay-Z was my favorite rapper, but I felt sick to the pit of my stomach when Nas dropped Ether. The consensus then was Nas won the battle. Looking back, hindsight 2020, who really won the war?
Jay-Z, easy.
And that's the same thing that's going to happen to fucking Drake. Kendrick ain't making it past this year. Remember I said that.
Okay, well
What Drake, well, listen to
that's
me. What Drake
I
has
think Drake
coming
is
up.
gonna be just fine. I think it's
What? No,
insane to
no, he's
say
not going to
that
be just fine.
that
You know
Kendrick
why?
is
Because he set a
he's
standard
still Kendrick
of a
Lamar.
bop. I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to go on record. He's entering into a domain he does not do. He does not make bops. He had all his guys on stage, all of his friends, his associates, all on stage. He's never done that before. So now he's entering into a realm and a culture like a Nipsey, a Snoop, a Dre, other guys. Even though Kendrick is from the cloth, right? He never, from a cultural standpoint, musically, he never entered that musically in the cloth. So the
So
average
you think
individual is
Kendrick
gonna
is going
want
to try to
bop.
make bops now?
He has no choice. Do you think people want to hear Mr. Morale?
Yo, SB, before Not Like Us dropped, Kendrick Lamar had the highest grossing rap tour of all time. Like, I don't think
And
he's
and then
trying
Drake
to.
and then
I don't
and
think
then
he's
Drake
trying
just
to
came
make bops.
and
Like,
then Drake
he'll
just
be
came off
fine.
tour and shattered that record. But guess who has it now? The boy. He smashed
And
it in less
but
shows.
that's a separate art. Like, cool, yeah, I know Drake is Drake. That's why I said Drake is going to be totally fine. I don't think this Not Like Us thing is going to ruin Drake's legacy. Like, he's going to be fine. Both of
I
them are going
think
to be
Kendrick's
fine.
Oh no
done
no no!
though.
He's brother. What I'm saying is this was a coup. Like this was a coup. This is very similar to Floyd Mayweather. Like Floyd Mayweather was the is the quote. He says he's the TBE. He's the best ever, but he has the highest grossing pay-per-views. Not because Floyd is people love him because 80% of the people are tuning in to see him lose, and 20% are his actual fans. But guess what? He's still getting paid in the long run. This battle, people were sitting in the sidelines waiting for this day. Do you think they could
Yeah, but
stomach
that's human
a
nature, though.
mixed kid from Toronto, Canada, who people think that he's from uppity life suburban? By the way, there's no suburbs in Toronto. Like that's like saying you're from Manhattan and you're from the and or saying you're from fucking Brooklyn. This is pre gentrification. Like Drake when Drake grew up. He's not like he's from Brampton or Pickering or Oshawa. He's from Toronto. His
Don't do that. I
uncle
like
happened
Brampton.
to have some money. His uncle happened to have some money, but him and his mother never grew up with no silver spoon. But that's the conception. But what I'm saying is the Kendrick fan is young. You're older. Everybody up here is older. Kendrick picked up new fans on the way. And those 18, 17, 16-year-old, hip hop is a youth sport. It's a young man sport. So now he's bringing up got a new fan base. They don't know pimp a butterfly. They don't know damn. They're gonna do their due diligence and listen to his old shit. But from here going forward, he has to appease those people. And every time, because the problem is people don't turn the corner. Like, you can't be 50 years old and still having your fan base. Drake is in his late 30s, but his fan base ranges all the way down 13, 14, 15, 16 and up, all the way to people in their 40s and damn near people in their 50s. Kendrick has a cult fan base and a cult following that is huge and gigantic. But they want to hear bops. And Drake actually made him come out and rap. So like we've never heard this volume of music from Kendrick ever.
Well, I want to start with saying I only asked why he didn't really listen to Mr.
No, but
Morale.
people misinterpreted the song because exactly what it
I
was.
also think Kendrick is probably he's probably not caring about these new young fans that he just
No. But this is what
inquired.
I'm
I think
saying
he's
is
going to continue to do what he
I
always
think
does,
why
and
he
he is
even
going to be
did
fine.
this battle. All these Kendrick people say he doesn't care for number ones. He doesn't care for this. He doesn't care for that. He's always wanted this. You cannot be a competitor. You cannot be someone and just say, "Oh, I don't care. I'm just for the culture. We don't like." No, that's bullshit. Nobody gets in the music business just to not think and then run around and go buy a $40 million house. That's not
I
for
think
the
I can
culture.
answer.
He
So
is
you don't
not Boogie Down
I think I
Productions.
can answer. I think I
so
can
you
answer
don't
Rory's question, right?
think
I
Kendrick
think
is
what Drake was alluding
competitive?
to on the track, right? When he was saying that, because in the song Mother Ah, he was saying how everybody in the family, oh well, not everybody in the family, but his mother got molested by his uncle type shit, and she asked him if he got molested, and he was like, no. Am I wrong, Rory?
That is the consensus of the
Right.
song, and he
Okay.
felt
So
really
Yes.
weird because his mom, who was touched by somebody in the family, was very
Mm.
concerned about him and just assumed he was
right.
also
So
touched,
so so
and he
Drake
said
was
no.
alluding to him lying about being touched.
I'm lying and him actually
And him
being
actually
touched and
being
playing
touched.
that
He
character.
understood
That's
it
what I'm trying to tell you.
100%. That was what he.
He was playing the devil's advocate of no, that's not what it was. This is what it is. That's why he
That's why
put
you're
it in
lying
the
about.
heart
That's why
part
you lying about me
6
being a
to
pedophile because you lied about getting touched.
yeah, and the line got misconstrued with "Oh my God, that's not what he's saying." And Mother May I, she was talking about her pain and her. No, Drake wasn't even on that. That's why he took deep breaths and he went and started going into character, like he's transforming like the Hulk, and transformed into young Kendrick and started speaking from his perspective.
So you guys think Kendrick lied on that
Yes.
song?
Oh no, not that he
No,
lied on the song.
Drake is
It's the
saying
fact that he
Drake
lied.
is saying that
Yeah,
you
basically he
lied.
lied, nigga. He got touched, nigga.
Drake is saying you
He
lied,
lied,
man.
nigga.
It's okay.
So
The
okay,
reason why you're so obsessed with me and the pedophile, every time you hear Mariah Carey touch my body, it sparks something in you, bro. And I'm gonna tell the world what it is.
okay. So the same way I was saying to begin with, I don't make the rap battle rules, but I have a weird issue with somebody putting pedophile on someone that's not a proven pedophile. I don't like putting that on anyone's jacket unless it's proven, right? So now telling Kendrick that he lied about being touched and he actually got molested is okay?
Yeah.
No,
But
because the
but
gloves are
but
off
look
at
though,
that
but Rory,
point.
but when you're
You went on a campaign of fucking 4 weeks of calling
but
this
look,
man
but when you're in the
pedophile.
thick of it at this point, right, where this is where we're at with it, now I'm gonna have to do my part as people saying I'm not the rapper or whatever. So he's locking in that way. We're saying we're just gonna go there. So if Kendrick can rap from the perspective of your mom and your dad and talking to your son, why can I get in my bag and say, well, this is what you was talking about. If you are angry and you was in therapy on all these albums, it could be a possibility that you're dealing with a gang of shit. Obviously, he talks about it,
Yeah,
so he
but
can't.
look how
No,
the
no,
song
okay,
So
okay,
he
starts.
can't play on that. He can't play on that.
and I'm still on the side of no rules, so it's fine what both of them are doing, but y'all have to accept that it did not come across that way. It
No,
really,
it did. His
everyone
point.
really just thought he just didn't listen to the fucking
No,
album, and like,
because there's a preconceived notion. Like somebody can you could hear a recording, and if someone paints the picture like this person got raped, you're gonna have that preconceived notion. Then you listen to that same recording, and before that, someone said this guy got shot. You're gonna have the preconceived notion. Whatever you hear, you're gonna make it fit. How he started off pretending he was Kendrick Lamar by talking about the Poston Award winner and all these. Got in his body, and then he went on. But there's an actual part two. I don't even want to say too much, but there was more records. The man had a treasure chest full of records that he was going to release.
I'm
Kendrick
aware.
threw up the white flag. Kendrick threw up the white flag because I don't know what white flag Drake said.
Anyways,
All
all right.
Drake said is, "I'm going on vacation, dog. Like, hit me when you're ready
But
to
you know
start
what though?
to
But
fucking
hold
swallow."
on. But
This is where I'm a huge Drake fan, but when y'all talk this way, Kendrick threw the white flag up. Like, can we just all be realistic here?
nah, yeah.
You
Nah, I
can't
think
say
you're talking about his
somebody
team.
for that went for 2 fucking
I think you're
weeks
talking about his
posted on
team
their
saying like,
Instagram nonstop saying, "Yo,
No,
drop,
what
drop,
I'm
drop,
saying
drop,"
is,
and then he at the end of Hard Part 6 was like, "Damn, you really you did too
then
much,
how
man.
come
Like,
there
I'm
was
over
no
this."
rebuttal? How come there was no rebuttal?
There was no
Drake
need.
said you really have something to address.
There was no need.
Okay, so that's throwing in that. That's the same thing Drake said for Pusha T. There was no need, and guess what people said? You lost because he didn't respond. But Kendrick doesn't lose when he doesn't respond.
No,
Make it make sense.
nah, SB, bro.
I
Hold
think
on,
Drake lost the Pusha shit
hold on,
because of
SB.
the
Like,
shop.
I think you're wrong because like when Drake dropped Summer 16, right, and then Meek responded with a War Pain like 30 minutes later, but nobody cared, bro. Like people said, like Drake didn't respond to War Pain.
Warpaint was actually pretty
You know what
good.
I'm saying? Drake didn't respond to War Pain, but the consensus was like Meek lost, even though War Pain was a
Yeah,
good
like
rebuttal to Summer 16. I
Brother,
think the whole point,
one thing you
bro.
guys
Hold
have to
on,
know
hold on.
about
Let
Drake.
me say this, bro. Let me say it. I think what they're trying to say is that, and this is what I'm gonna say, right? Me personally, I think like Drake had better rebuttals, better metaphors, better bars, right? But Kendrick had a better game plan. Like if you look at the way Drake is kind of like a traditional battle rapper, right? Whereas Kendrick's trying to tell you some shit, like some shit. It doesn't matter. Like he's like a storyteller, whatever the fuck. So like when I was listening to these songs, I knew what angle. I knew it wasn't gonna be like a double entendre, triple. I knew like Kendrick was gonna paint a picture and let like the NPCs do the rest of the damage. You know what I'm saying? I think what Rory's trying to say is that like, if you look at the scope of this battle, no matter how you try to grade it, oh well, like triple entendre and metaphors, and it doesn't matter. The person that like this battle did the most damage to was Drake. Drake had lost way more. This is the most hate he's ever gotten. He didn't gain anything from it, like statistically. Kendrick got one of the biggest, if not probably the biggest hit of his career. He got his little pop out moment. He's being quoted by politicians. His streaming back catalog went up 300%. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and everyone is now like, I just saw a tweet calling Drake a pedophile. It has like 500K likes, bro. Like, this is like, that's what Rory's trying to say. Like, it doesn't matter like how you try to
No,
frame
but
it.
what I'm saying, you're misconstruing what I'm saying. I'm not saying people can have their own opinion, but what I'm saying is, as a person who is really close to the scene, the battle wasn't over. Drake had more. They went in there and they put one man on the phone, another man on the phone, another man called Chubbs, another man called this person, and then they agreed we're gonna let it go.
Yeah, but
But for
SB,
all
bro,
intensive
we're
purposes,
regular people, bro. We're
after
not.
Meek, what? Just hold on. That you're saying he didn't know. What album did Drake drop after Meek? After the Meek battle, what album
He
dropped?
dropped views, but he didn't respond to
The
Warpaint.
whole
There was no,
fucking album was a diss.
bro. Come on, bro.
The whole entire album was a diss. Not one record wasn't a diss. That's what you
Also,
guys have to understand. That I mean,
also,
this man
also
is
a
not
classic
stopping.
album, by the way.
This man is not stopping.
I think
Like,
you know,
anybody can say what they
I
want. Even the songs that dropped, because he's speaking in Toronto code. People don't even realize, but the man is dissing the man throughout
Yeah,
his
but
whole
SB, hold
shit.
but
on,
even
bro.
hold on real quick. Even
All
what
right,
he's
go.
doing, good looking. What he's doing right now with the music, I'd say is like when Nothing Was the Same was dropping and he dropped all those Lucy's and then Nothing Was the Same came out. I feel like he's getting back in that bag of saying, all right,
Oh no,
hold
no,
on,
no! You're a man who knows
but hold
exactly
on.
what
But
you're talking about.
he knows that Not Like Us song is going to do what it's going to do. But he said, I'm going to give my fans what they want. What real core fan is not going to want more music, more throwaways, and that's going to lead into some fire ass shit. So it's like really what he's doing
Yeah,
right now is really what what he used to do. Because the last three songs that
yeah.
he
He's
just
just
dropped,
reverse engineering
the
how
last
it
three songs that
started. He
he
went
just
back to the
dropped were better than the first three. That No Face is fire. So he's like, I'm gonna keep giving my fans what they want, and then I'm gonna drop something on your head. But I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing because there's nothing he could do with that Not Like Us record. It is what it is. That the fans are where they are with it, and they gonna look at everything that he drops like, oh, Drake's this, Drake's that. That narrative is what it is. So he just
no,
gotta
but
dig in.
no, 100%. But you have to understand, Kendrick tried to do the same thing that Drake trying to do. Like Kendrick is appealing to his fans that actually, or his fans, or the culture that he's ignored for a very long time, which is the gang culture in LA. And Drake is appeasing. That's why a lot of people aren't going to get these records because he's talking in a lot of Toronto gang code and he's speaking to the people and activating the people, his core base of people who started with him from the beginning. So he's activating those people. So at the end of the day, Drake cares. Drake cares not even about the battle, but he cares about how his fans view him. He couldn't give a shit how the Kamala Harris views him by using Not Like Us as a thing. He couldn't give a shit about that. He cares about some rapper from the town that nobody knows. Some rapper from Driftwood, Jane and Finch, that nobody knows. Paying homage to an 18-year-old kid who just got bodied a few years ago, and he's putting Wickman all in his records to let them know, like, yo, I'm tapped in. I'm still here. I got you. I'm gonna keep y'all name in the game. Your crow passed away. I'm gonna keep his name in the game. That's what he's concerned with. As far as records, brother, do you know how much go ask an engineer. If you guys can get an engineer up here, ask them how much songs is in 100 gigs,
Yeah, I just want to say like
and that's your answer.
what I wanted to.
I think that's very commendable that Drake is doing all that.
Uh,
The original point was it was a rap battle to the masses, and now people that are not even hip hop fans are in the masses for rap music, and no one knows any of that. That's what
I'm
we're
gonna
trying to
be
say.
I'm gonna
I
be
think
honest
that's I
with you,
think that's
Rory.
commendable
And this is
as a human
and
being
this
that
is
Drake
my
does that.
personal. No,
But
no. Go ahead,
that's
Rory.
yeah. I think it's commendable that he does that, but it's a separate point to what we were initially talking about. Like Drake, to the masses, lost that battle. Nobody knows any of that. To everything you just explained, no
Oh,
one knows
you
that.
see when
So
you say to the masses outside of the internet, I don't hear people say that.
Yeah, but that's anecdotal, my
I
guy.
talking to my dudes
My guy,
that
that's
are in
anecdotal,
rap
bro.
battles. If you take it for what it is, remove the gimmicks, remove the gimmicks, and guess what? Not Like Us is a hit record, undeniable. But I'm not gonna diss it. But where I'm from, I'm part of the music industry as well. That's a novelty record. That's a great record, but it's gonna come and it's gonna go. The video, nobody's watching that again. It spun for a little second. We're in a microwave era. It is what it
agree.
is. Obviously, there's marketing dollars behind it. Drake is just dropping records and dropping Lucy's and going back literally to all things fresh, even before OVO. And he's using the method of Instagram because he was testing it. He was testing AI. He was testing Instagram. That's what he does. He does his research and data. He does his R&D. He tested Instagram and said, "Yo, Instagram was good." He did the "Bury Me Alive" thing, so I'm gonna start doing this. Then people was like, "Yo, a lot of these shorties are on Finsters. They don't want to be, so let me use Finster and use it." And he's reverse engineering and changing the way music is consumed. That's what he's focused on. So the overall arching point is, in a year from now, when you see Playboi Carti go to Instagram, when you see Sylvia Rowan say, "Yo, let's do this person's release on Instagram," when Capitol Records goes, "Let's do this," when Lucian Grange's son says, "Yo, Atlantic, we're gonna activate all our new artists. Ice Spice, drop on Instagram, drop some of your behind the scenes stuff. Let's take it back to On Smash and the blogs, but instead drop 100 gigs like Drake." He's a trendsetter in that regard, and that's what he's focused on. People really think this guy's sweating the battle. He does not care like that. He cares
Again,
about cash,
bringing up points I
future,
never
and
even
fucking
were
Metro
saying.
Boomin.
I don't think he cares
SB,
either.
bro. Rory never said. Oh, Rory, hold on, hold on. Let me go. Rory,
No, no,
Rory,
no. I'm
Rory,
not
hold
even
on.
talking just to
Let
Rory.
me,
There's
because I've been
hundreds of
waiting to
people
talk for a minute,
and
bro.
70 people in my
No,
DM. So I'm
nobody
speaking
said
to
that.
those
Like
people.
SB, the problem is like, and listen, huge Drake fan and all. But the problem is you're saying shit that like has nothing to do with like. I get where Rory's coming from, bro. Like you're talking about what like because you're in the industry. You know, you probably seen shit or heard shit. But I'm talking about the average.
Everybody
Hold
in the
on,
music industry
SB,
is
hold on,
telling me Drake
bro,
won the
come on.
battle. That's what
Let
they're
me
telling
say
me.
this. Like you're in the industry, you know people, you've seen shit. That's cool. That's like your experience. But I'm saying that what Rory's trying to say is that in this particular battle, right, from start to finish, the average fan, the average NPC, the average bro, there are people that like from like fucking anime Twitter that fucking listen to like Sonic and shit, like that tuned in for this battle and we're clowning. You know what I'm saying? Like in this particular battle, bro, like I Family Matters was the best song, but like if you look at who had the most to gain, who had the most to lose, but Drake lost a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
Kendrick had.
I'm
Hold on,
explaining.
bro. Hold
I'm
on, bro.
asking
Hold
you,
on.
how did
Yeah, no,
Drake
no. I'm
lose?
saying that like
Lose to what?
listen. I'm saying that like again, like Kendrick dropped Miss Morale at Brick. Nobody fucking cared, right? Now he has the biggest hit of the decade, right? He broke a few of Drake records. His back catalog was up 300%. He had one of the biggest
Hmm.
events of the year and possibly like the decade so far, possibly, right? And his PR is like literally intact. Drake said the craziest shit about him. Nobody gave a fuck, right? But if you look at Drake, now it's literally like what's it called? Like they've normalized calling him a pedophile. Like
Yeah.
like it's just crazy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I get where you're coming from, but that's like your perspective. You have to like take yourself out of like your
No, and I
POV,
and
bro.
I and I
You gotta think
am.
like the
I'm
average.
saying the
The
average kids are
it's
not
not even
saying Drake
kids, bro.
lost
Like
that
let's
battle. I
stop with this
promise
kid
you.
shit, bro. You have grown ass man with these crazy ass Twitter takes, fucking making these crazy ass
No, but this is
conspiracy
what I'm
threads,
saying.
bro. Like,
Twitter's not a real
come
place,
on, bro.
dog.
Like,
We have to separate Twitter. We have to separate Twitter. People are doing shit for likes, retweets, and TikTok. The
but that's
fact that they
part
know
of the
it's a
consensus. That's what you don't understand. Like,
no, but the consent that is not real
that's part of the
consensus because it
consensus,
doesn't
bro. Like the
matter in
only
the grand
time
scheme of things.
I think for this battle, a lot of this stuff is individualized for everybody, depending on how you consume things. Because, for example, a lot of this music that he's releasing is now on the radio, so you're searching for it. So there's some type of desire for his music, and Kendrick did what he did in that isolated moment. But as we know, there are changes that come with life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you okay, you can say he won,
But what is your definition of winning?
I'm saying, hold on.
Man, what
I
man?
just want to know if anybody up
What's
here
your
should
favorite song of
introduce.
that
Hold
again,
on.
Caesar?
Let me explain. Let me explain what I mean. Like again, me personally, I think Drake. I think Drake is gonna be in like the Jay-Z position where like the shit he's saying and what he's done in this battle is gonna age better over time. You know what I'm saying? I think this Kendrick shit is gonna age the same way Control did. Like I was on Twitter. Like I remember being like, I think I was in middle school or some shit, or like high school when Control dropped, right? And everybody wouldn't shut the fuck up about it for like a few days, right? Weeks leading up to the BET cipher, and then over time, people just stopped giving a fuck. But if you were on like public discourse when Control dropped, it was the craziest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure like if the internet or social media existed, no, social media, not the internet, existed during Nas and Jay's time, the same shit would be happening. Yo, like Jay Z's a wave rider, man. Like UGK flow, like you know what I'm saying? Like it'd be the same shit. He sold his soul, like you know what I'm saying? Like pop records and all this bullshit. All I'm trying to say is this, right? If you look at both of them, right, Drake did not gain anything from this battle. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick gained everything from this battle. Now he's back in public discourse when nobody. Well, Mr. Morale, right?
I
No, no,
disagree
no.
with
Hold on.
that.
Let me say this.
We went
Mr.
way
Morale,
left
right?
on. We went way
When
left, by the
Mr.
way, but I
Morale
don't
came
know.
out, like you guys saw the meme, right? People was like, "Oh, it's gonna sell 1 million first week." It bricked. You know what I'm saying? And nobody gave a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But now it's kind of like people are anticipating his album. People have turned this into some sort of cultural phenomenon. He's had the biggest hit of the decade. His back
Can you
catalog,
stop
like
with the biggest hit of the decade shit, my nigga?
no, I'm just saying.
The
Relax,
biggest
Mars.
hit
Relax,
is it's not
relax.
is it bigger than Sicko Mode?
No,
Like,
up to
It's
no,
not
Sicko
honestly as
Mode
big
was
as
last decade.
Bro,
like,
Sicko
Mars.
came out in
Sicko Mode was
2018,
last
gang.
decade.
All right.
honestly, bro, I like a lot of your points feel like podcast talking
It's
points or like
not,
DJ
bro.
hit. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. No, honestly, right? I feel like at least for Drake, I feel like he gained perspective. I feel like you're gonna hear inspiration in his music. Because I remember with Certified Lover Boy, in between that time, people were saying though, oh, Drake is just being lazy. That was some points from some other podcasts. And like I feel like now he knows who he's dealing with. It's like the snakes in the grass. Everybody came out. Like he literally knows everybody who does not fuck with him. That's gonna change the music he comes out with going
I
forward.
mean, that's
You're not gonna hear
that's a
Future. You're
perspective,
not gonna
but
hear
I think
Ross. You're not.
He literally addressed that in No Face. He literally
No,
put
that's
in
what I'm
No
saying.
Face
And
like
like, and I
he
feel
got to
like,
see the
and
people,
and I feel like you're forgetting.
were
Hold
being
on, and
envious.
I feel like you're forgetting he's a human, just like how Kendrick is. All right, and then you also have to take it to perspective. If somebody can lose a battle, right, they can reach another level. Nobody takes that into consideration. People feel like Drake reached a cap. This opened up a door. So if you
no,
feel like he fell to the ground,
I think
you
you
can only go up.
misinterpreted my point. I'm talking about like so like what I'm talking about is what Rory said. I'm talking about this specific I'm not saying Drake is finished or he reached a cap or he's cooked.
But I didn't say you said I didn't say you
But
said
that's the
that though. What
implication.
I'm
I mean, fair enough. If
what
you're
I pointed at was that you said he gained nothing. I said he gained perspective. That was
oh,
just
I
my
mean,
point.
well, like okay, there's no way for me to like form it. Like I wouldn't know. I'm not him. You know what I'm saying? Like he would only.
I hear it in the music.
Hey, I mean, but all I'm saying is this, right? Like at the end of the day, a battle happened, and I feel like you know Kendrick had a moment. You know what I'm saying? And Drake just remained the same. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is.
What?
I mean, look,
But
look.
wait,
All I'm gonna say is this.
here's
All I'm gonna
here's
say,
the thing though.
time
Here's
out,
the
time out. Let
thing.
me see right quick. Let me just get
Go
this.
ahead.
Like at the end of the day, I feel like Rory is right. At the end of the day, it got to a point where there's no rules. Niggas got to learn this, that, and the third. But this is the biggest battle in hip hop history. The two we've never had two commercial juggernauts at this level that reached this height. You know, I get Tupac big, whatever, but two juggernauts that reached this height ever. We never got a battle like this. So at the end of the day, it's up for life. And
That's
as
a
a
fact.
Drake fan, we're about to get fed, and the gloves are off, and all we got to do is just look forward to what's to come. Fuck the bullshit.
And I want to add to that, like, if you feel like Kendrick won, act like it. Go in the dark room and listen to his music. You don't stop arguing with Drake fans because when Drake drops a new song and he likes it, because a lot of you niggas be under every fucking Drake post, and a lot of people just be enjoying his music. Y'all gotta stop doing that weird shit. Just act like he won, and I promise you, Drake fans will not talk about Kendrick. I swear to God, there's hoes over here. I don't know if there's that much women over there for you guys. You guys don't act like
They
it. I
don't
don't
get
know.
bitches, bro. They
Just
don't get bitches, bro.
I like we having fun over here. I swear to God. Like I don't
Bro,
know.
I'm telling
Yeah, I have a real question. Nothing was
what
the same versus Take Care.
Nothing was the same.
nothing was the same.
It depends on the day of
It's
the
hard
week
to
for me.
answer.
It depends on the day of the week for me, bro.
I
It
think
does
nothing was the
depend.
same, man.
I don't know. I might have to
It's
take care over it, but
I
like,
think like for nostalgic purposes, Take Care. But if we talking just sheer quality, nothing was the same.
yeah, it's
yeah,
just it's so cohesive. It's so cohesive and it
And yo, and Phase
flows
on hearing that fucking song with him and
insanely.
Action Bronson that was supposed to be on Nothing Was the Same. Hell yeah, nigga.
Yeah,
wait, what
yeah. I mean,
song?
I'm just like I don't know.
And let me say this: when that
That
PND
was a
Drake
Slaughterhouse
album
song.
drops, I
You
don't
said
want to
that
hear
was a
about no
what?
fucking rap albums. Okay,
Nothing. I
I'm
didn't say
telling you
nothing
Nah,
that
you
about it.
right
did say
now.
it, nigga.
Okay,
Say it, nigga.
Well, you said it was a P&D
Nah, that was
reference.
cool.
He said it was a Slaughterhouse song.
Yo, give us an exclusive, Rory. Give us an exclusive, Rory. Fuck the
Is that
bullshit.
Conductor
I got
album
nothing,
real?
man. I got nothing. I got nothing.
Is that Conductor album real?
Which Conductor album?
The one with
The one
Drake.
that so Evo and
Oh, I have no idea. You would have to ask SB. I don't talk to Drake like that.
it's
So
for again. I think a lot of people are misinterpreting what Ebro and
Fizz, can
Peter
you drop me? I
Rosenberg was
can't hear
saying.
Rory.
It was an album's worth of songs anyway. That's what he said. So it's not like it's an album of Conductor. It's like it's just an album's worth of
Yeah,
songs. So
albums
no
on
matter
that
how
could be
he does
like
it,
8 to
like
like 12 records or some shit. Like it could be.
yeah, and then he would like I would assume he would basically bird feed the shit on certain projects type shit. He's not gonna just drop a fucking a Drake X
Yeah,
Conductor album.
he could sprinkle them in, but like all together at one song.
Hey, this is
the
a hot
Action
take.
Bronson thing is a Just Blaze beat,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's a Slaughterhouse song.
Wait, Slaughterhouse is gonna be on it?
Oh shit!
It was Slaughterhouse and Action Bronson.
Featuring Drake?
No, Drake wasn't on it at that point. Just was working with Drake. There's on that Slaughterhouse album that never came out, the Glass House joint. There's like 4 records that Drake rapped over.
Sheesh.
That were for the Slaughterhouse album.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
what. That's what Joe. That's why Joe.
Oh,
was
so
like,
that's why that
okay.
nigga mad, bro. That's another reason why he mad. Okay.
And I'm really not even like respect to Slaughterhouse, Joe. Everyone, like I'm not even trying to do that type of shit, but I'm telling y'all that's really what it was. That Action Bronson verse is for the Glass House Slaughterhouse album. That wasn't for a Drake.
Damn.
But Drake was rapping on all those beats. Like I've heard
Nigga need
on the.
Somebody gotta leak that. I ain't gonna. I think we need the verse. That verse.
Just as even like put stuff on Twitter like back in the day.
Hey, what year was this?
2020.
No, this was 2013.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's just a minute.
Hey, no, Rory.
Hold on.
2011.
Oh, hold on,
How
Rory.
you say it was supposed to be on
Rory. The reason why I asked
and then
is
say that was supposed to
remember Action Bronson had that one song, but that was produced by 40. You know, 40 rarely produces for other
Acting
rappers.
crazy. That's my shit.
Facts.
Yeah.
I think that and Bye Baby.
40 never works.
I think
people.
Bye Baby
No,
off
Bye
of
Baby.
Life is Good. 40 did that as well.
Yo, yeah, 40 definitely did Bye Baby. He went crazy on Bye Baby. I love that song. I had the privilege of working on that video. For that was
fucking
a really, really cool experience.
She gave us some great work with Life is Good. She gave us some good shit.
Yeah, my partner at the time, Aristotle, directed the Bye Baby video, and when we got that reference before that shit dropped, I was like, "Oh, this shit sound like they trying to bite off Drake," and they were like, "Oh yeah, nah, 40 produced it." I was like, "Oh, makes sense."
Yeah. Hey, appreciate the knowledge though. That was fire. I ain't gonna lie. Never would have guessed. That's crazy.
And I gotta say, Rory, why is Joe moving like Skip Bayless, man? Well, what's up with that, man?
I don't know what that gentleman's doing.
Let's not do that to Rory.
Peace and love to everybody.
Yeah, let's not do that to Rory. Let's not do that. Because you know somebody's trying to clear some shit right now. You know somebody's trying to clear some shit right now. Let's not.
I really hope everyone's doing okay. That's all I got.
Hey, yo, Joe listening anonymous, you know.
Oh shit. Oh shit,
Nah, I'm
man!
kidding.
What you got? Any big plans for the pod? Anything you want to just keep us in tune with? I'm gonna keep it a pod. The OVO community really fuck with y'all pod, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit.
Well, we're in Toronto in October. I mean, I know only Maul will be invited to Drake's house. I'll stay at the hotel. But yeah, we in Toronto in October. If anyone's in Chicago this week, we have a show on Sunday. We had a show in Detroit last night, but just landed in Chicago. So if anyone's in the Midwest, we have a show on Sunday the 25th. Oh, y'all get quiet if I'm not saying bad things about Drake.
No, I mean shit. We was letting you get your plug in though. I ain't gonna lie, we was letting you get your plug.
Hey, hold on, Rory. What do you think about the 100 gigs, first and second drop?
Well, the second drop I guess was today, right? The 3 songs.
Yeah.
I mean, in no way would I expect like people to know my podcast or listen, but when we talked about that 2 weeks ago, like I thought that was the most genius move ever. Remind everybody why Drake has been part of your entire existence for the last 20 years. Like, perfect move, in my opinion. I thought 100 Gigs was great. Again, I didn't listen to the other 2 songs, but I do like the No Face joint.
Liddy.
Yeah,
what's up? SB, you want to beef? Like, get real quiet when, yo, Kendrick is better than Drake. What's up?
You don't even believe that.
Bro, you tripping, bro.
Ain't nobody got nothing.
You know what's crazy? I wanted to say
I got nothing to talk about.
I
definitely do. I definitely have something to say, like, in terms of like the 100 gig shit, right? Like, since we're on the topic, like, what direction do you feel like Drake is going here? Like, do you feel like he's going to just like keep throughout the whole year, just keep doing the shit on plot twists? Like, and I don't know if you've been keeping up. Like, how do you feel about like him posting like cryptic images?
Oh yeah, so
I don't really
think
he's feeding like this type of community, and I understand it too with the podcast world. Like,
somebody else talking.
We all have communities where everyone dissects everything. Yeah, he's feeding with these cryptic shit. Like, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
You know what's crazy?
Meaning that y'all think it does, but yeah, like I think Jared does a great job with his page. With feeding into the cryptic shit. Like, sometimes it's really not that big of a meaning, but I think Drake knows that there's a community that's going to dissect everything and keep that shit pushing on Twitter. So, yeah, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. I don't know if all that shit is that cryptic the way y'all think it is.
Hey, Rory, like, you know what's crazy about this whole thing? Like, he's always been doing this. Like, if you've been on Twitter, like, I don't know, last decade or whatever, and you pay attention to, like, all the drops, like he's never taken, like, a year off, like, no music. So when people say, like, oh, yeah, like, take a break 1 year, 2 years, and let people miss you, he's never done that. Like, even in, like, 2012 or 2014, like, there's always been, like, a care package or something, like. And people forget too, like at one point before Instagram, like SoundCloud used to be a big thing. Like people would just drop music on there. Like a lot of like the drops were on SoundCloud. Like when he was battling Meek, like Back to Back was first put on SoundCloud, and then Hotline Bling was first put on SoundCloud on Right Hand. Like I don't know if you guys remember that, but he always did like a care package on SoundCloud. So I think because of
I don't think you realize how old I am. But
fair enough. Not you, but anyone that doesn't.
But I think it's crazy that people just
34 years old.
I'm saying like no, because there's a lot of like.
I think Charged Up is actually one of the most underrated diss records ever.
Yo, that's
bro. Who else is speaking right now?
Yeah, I don't think it's crazy that people think they could just stop telling somebody to do something that they're passionate about. Like, tell LeBron stop playing basketball. Look at you, fucking crazy. Like, regardless of circumstances.
I mean, I'm an admitted selfish Drake fan. Like, I'm 34, and yeah, selfishly I would appreciate if like maybe he took a break and had a bit more content of where I'm at with my life. But why would I don't really expect another human being to do that. But that's just my selfish fan take. That's really all it is. I wish he would talk about what I'm going through because he did that my entire life. But I don't expect him to. It's just a wish. And that's what fans are allowed to do. No? Am I
No,
wrong there?
that's
I know
No,
accurate.
no,
it's
no.
That's accurate for
That's a
sure.
fact. That's a
I agree
fact.
with that. But people are walking around like, even though you have your personal view, like, okay, I want him to have a reflection of what I'm going through right now. But people are like pushing it like it's a talking point. Like, you have to stop. You have to stop. That's just something that I just hear everywhere outside of the big podcast. And I think it's interesting. Yeah, you could feel that way, but that doesn't make it the truth. For again, he is a person that's gonna express himself however he is. Because from inception, when he was expressing himself, it got him to the point he is here now. Because when you looked at him in the beginning, you might have never thought that he would be as big as he is now. So it's the same thing. It's like when you have vision and you're moving, people are not going to understand your mission, but they're going to criticize you while you're working. And that's one thing people can never take away from him is that he puts in the work. You can say whatever you want, all your jokes you want, but at the end of the day, you're just opening your mouth while he's in the studio putting work. And there's a lot of artists that we criticize, like Big Sean, that don't, or Kendrick, that don't put out enough music.
Well, also, I guess, I think that's a little hypocritical to the point that we're talking about. If Big Sean and Kendrick want to move on their own time and their own pace as human beings, they should be allowed to do
No, for
that.
sure. I'm saying
But
the
but in
testament.
the same breath, I completely agree with you. I don't think I'm Hove is my favorite rapper of all time. I don't know how Hove would have really maneuvered in this new generation. Like Drake really adapted to having to put out music constantly, and I think he deserves more of a legend status for that.
Yeah, but Hove did the same
Not
thing.
like I.
What? He dropped an
No,
album every year.
it was a year and 2 years per. But the fact that Drake really stayed consistent during the internet era, where people are constantly looking for music, and is still the legend that he is, I think is a point that he has that no other quote unquote GOAT has. So I do appreciate what you're saying sometimes. Like, yeah, he deserves that. He's put out music non fucking
Yeah.
stop. But in the same breath, like, why? I mean, if Sean and Kendrick don't want to do that, they're human beings. They can
No,
do the
I
shit
agree
they
with
want to
that.
do.
What I'm saying is that criticism that floats outside of them just being human. It's like I would say like a subcategory of what's actually going on, and then just them as individuals. Not that I'm attacking them that they don't put enough music, but like when you're trying to be the top guy, it's the expectations that come with it, the criticism. Anything you do gets blown up, and Drake has to walk in that. It's like a line. It's a minefield, and you can't feel sorry for him either because that's what he wanted. Is just, the consequences of being great is going to come with it.
I don't know. I mean, being a top guy, like, what does that mean exactly in this era? The most streams? Like, what does that mean?
I
Numbers,
think
guys.
I think it's a combination
Yeah,
of like
impact and numbers for me.
like
It's got to be
influence,
numbers, bro. At the
consistency,
end
Yeah,
of the
and
it's a
day, if you really
combination of
look at
both for
it,
me.
it is a
You're
combination of
not
both.
beating Drake in numbers. Like,
Exactly.
he's
But
the
if you
king.
really think
So
about it, a lot of artists, they'll say stuff like, "Oh, I don't want the numbers," but it's like, come on, dude. It's literally your career. Like, numbers equate to money and, equate to, success, quote unquote. I guess people do want a social or economic impact, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, like, you got to feed your family, you want to, everybody wants their music to chart. If you say you don't want your music to chart, you're capping out your ass.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So,
yeah, none of them put
like,
it
we
out
have
for free.
to,
You know what I'm saying?
call a spade a spade. Like, it's
yeah.
real. Like, people
It's
want
the
their
music industry
music
for
to
a reason.
chart. Exactly. So, like, it's like that's like being in the NBA and saying you don't want to win a ring. Like, what are you talking about? You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
but to me that comes from like actual connection with fans. Like, why I think we'll never see a big three ever again the way Drake,
Yeah,
Kendrick, and Cole are, because
I agree with that.
they really connected with human beings, like people that were growing up in this era. We are connected to them for the rest of our lives. Like, we know exactly where we were when certain albums dropped, when certain songs dropped.
They kind of
To
had
me,
a little bit of
to me, that means way more than streaming numbers, because we see people that can stream more than a Drake song that drops today, but they couldn't sell out a fucking 200 person venue.
that's
So
true.
streams really mean nothing to me.
Well, I'm
Impact
not
and,
really
and
talking about just
connection
streams.
means something to me. Like, I know exactly where I was when So Far Gone dropped. Like
Same.
that shit changed my life.
It's
I
one
mean,
of my
I can
favorites.
say the same thing with Good Kid, Mad City. I can say the same thing with Born Sinner. Like
Yeah.
these people they connect with fans and where they're at in their lives. They
Yeah.
also stream really well, but
But you also got
does
to keep in
streams really
mind the
matter? Like
advantage that
no,
they
impact
had.
Rory,
matters. Connection
Rory,
matters.
would you
Like
connect?
that's
Would
really
you
what
connect
matters.
that to what a part of Little Yachty's rant about Caribou? How the perception of like you're more famous than like the actual music. I don't remember the exact word phrasing that he used,
Yeah,
but
you
he
paraphrased it good, bro. That's
Um,
basically what he said.
yeah, that is what he said. I don't know if that really equates to this conversation, but I kind of see what you're saying. Yeah, a lot of people are more famous than the tickets that they move or the people that actually care
And
about them.
Rory, I had
So
a
yeah,
question for
I
you.
feel you. Yeah, there's people with a million followers that can't sell two T-shirts,
Yeah, I had a question for you
but
pertaining to the Caribou shit though. Like, if you were like in an exec's position, if you were Yachty, would you basically stick it out with the artist throughout all of her bullshit and all the bullshit that she do behind the scenes, or would you do what he did and crash out?
well, I wouldn't do the crash out shit at all, even though I have crashed out before.
I
So I'm
mean,
not
based
judging
off the
Yachty.
shit that he was saying that she
But
did, then that's I could see why he would crash out.
crash out shit at all, even though I have crashed out before.
I
So I'm
mean,
not
based
judging
off the
Yachty.
shit that he was saying that she
But
did, then that's I could see why he would crash out.
admittedly, I really didn't see all of it. I saw some of the IG live clips, but at this point in my life, I wouldn't do that whole crash out. But I
He crashed out.
kind of get where he's coming from. Like if you start talking shit about me and
Oh yeah, he.
was putting your whole shit together, yeah, I would have a little bit of an issue with it.
Yeah, he said that
But
she
I
ain't
also
got no
think
rhyme.
that shit he did, like my
Yeah, I
real
don't feel like the
issue.
mid shit was kind
The
of
mid
crazy
shit
though.
was to me
No,
that was
that's my
worse.
issue.
Yeah, that was worse
The
than the
Yeah.
Mitch,
Caribou
yo
shit.
Yeah,
that
with the key
I
Glock,
don't even really,
that was kind of crazy.
I don't even really care about that Caribou shit. That Mitch thing kind of rubbed
Yeah, it
me
was whack.
the
It
wrong
was
way.
whack for sure. That's some shit that you handle behind closed
yo
doors.
that
Like
that mid shit is
you don't you
disgusting.
don't you don't throw your homie under the bus for the sake of like fucking content and shit.
That's a fact.
And like his whole relationship.
It didn't feel like he was playing. Like he said, he thought he was. He was like, bro, why didn't you tell him we were playing? It was like, bro, you kind of like, it wasn't really like playing in the moment. You could tell on the dude's face that he didn't like the way the direction of the conversation was going. Even Key Glock, bro, he
and,
felt
Yeah,
and,
the
and
whole
look,
uncomfortable. He
mood
was like,
shifted.
bro, what
You
the
could
you
see
fuck?
could
it.
you
You could see it in
you
his
could
face.
feel the awkwardness. You just shitted on your co-host. Like the hell.
And my thing is, as someone that's been podcasting for 9 to 10 years, like, yeah, sometimes we have really weird conversations on air, and that's just kind of part of the game. My issue is that Yachty went on live yesterday and said "fuck Mitch." Like, what'd he do?
Facts.
Like, if you want to have a conversation for content purposes and like really talk it out with your friend on air, cool. But why are you doubling down on live and saying "yo, fuck
Yo
Mitch" as
yo
well?
Roy.
Like, what he
Yo
And
do?
the
Roy.
podcast, not
Because
just
he didn't go
Mitch,
to
but
Twitter and said we was joking.
and the
Like, what the fuck?
podcast.
Why would you expect me to do that?
You know what's crazy? After all that, him getting shitted on, he got his ex to take down everything, like the clips and stuff. Yo, Jared, you have a crazy feedback.
What's up?
You have crazy feedback. I don't know. Like he got his ex because I got to speak to her once, or twice, whatever. He got her to take down her tweets and stuff like that. And he tweeted about he didn't mean any of that beef. So through all that, he didn't shit on Yachty. He took the high road. So it seems a
Oh yeah,
little one sided.
I did see his tweets, but Yachty was just mad because he didn't say that sooner. Like,
Yeah, you could tell Mitch was trying to salvage the situation. Like he was
Yeah.
trying to
I
fix the
think it's
shit.
dead though because the
yeah,
stuff that his ex said. But it's like, I mean, what can you do? You feel me? So
I don't know why his ex crashed out like that either though, because she wasn't even. They're not even dating anymore. It's like,
no. To
Yo,
the
you heard
fact,
what
Yeah,
Yachty
that was
said
kind of
though
weird.
pertaining to the ex, bro? About the
no, that's
cousin
not no
shit?
no. That's not his cousin. I've gone to talk to her. She's a
Oh, okay,
very
okay.
nice
That
person,
shit
bro.
was crazy, bro. I was like, what the
She's
fuck?
a very nice person, and like he sacrificed their relationship. I know Yachty was making fun of it, but she was really trying to support him, through him trying to get up there and shit like that. And
Okay, got you.
she took the L, but they're still pretty close. I mean, she called the nigga like right when the live happened. They both spoke on the phone, so I mean, it is what it is. And she's not his cousin, bro. That was weird.
Okay, bro. Good, good. I just wanted to clear that up.
And I'm not even trying to sound like a hater at all, because I think Yachty is not my cup of tea as far as artists go, but I respect what he's doing. He dropped that reference like that was some crazy verse.
Oh my god.
Nigga, he dropped that shit like it was Illmatic or some shit, nigga.
No, Roy, did you read the lyrics?
Hey, he thought he
Did
had
y'all read the
one.
lyrics of the songs?
Now the
I was
lyrics
like,
is tripped
yeah,
out.
that's what you want to
Yeah, I gotta read the
expose that
lyrics, man.
verse.
That shit is spooky.
I know, but I know Yachty to
Wait,
be a very good
hey, I
writer.
got a question.
It was just hilarious that was the verse he chose to.
Hey, Rory, I gotta ask you something. Don't actually. I'll just ask everybody on the panel. Don't you
If you
guys
go
think it's
back
weird
and
that like,
look at that cipher,
hold on,
she looks hella uncomfortable rapping that, and I see it now. I'm like, damn, like she does not look like she wrote it at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's obvious as day, it's clear as day now. But it just kind of goes to show you how kind of like oblivious, I guess, you could be sometimes with these artists, and then you're having people like Yachty or whoever try to kind of like push these artists. And if you really look at it, Caribou was kind of like the artist that they were kind of like
Bro,
marketing
she was
heavy.
the
Yeah,
star.
You
She
know
was
what
the
I'm
star.
saying?
oh
She was the
no,
star of
She was
Concrete.
really the one that stuck out, and it's because
also
obviously she was the female out of the group, and whatever, she had her kind of own swag, but it was just interesting.
as a producer, I did appreciate what Yachty was saying on that live. Like, I slowed the beat down and then specifically put 808s at your part, so everyone would perk their ears up
Yeah, it was
when those
calculated.
808s hit. Like, so as a producer, I appreciated what Yachty was saying, but like the lyrics, man, like I'm cool. Like,
Yo, Rory, how do you think he gets in his bag when he writes for women? Like, I don't know. Like, what's this?
but all right, see what we can't hate on Yachty with that, because like, do you want to hear Big's
Nah,
references for Lil Kim?
nah,
Yeah,
we
I know.
can't hate on Yachty for that. That just goes to show
I'm not.
how
I'm not. I'm not trying to
versatile.
make.
Hey,
Because
hey,
because
listen,
they
hey, them bars
exist.
that Big had for Kim was way better than that bullshit he gave Shorty.
No, no,
Kangaroo. What's her
agreed.
name?
But to the
Kangaroo.
question of like how he got in his
Hey, but
bag
Big got some
about it.
questionable lyrics in his own. Hey, just
Hey,
be
listen,
real.
man.
Remember
Yo,
Gutter?
Rory.
Big,
Remember
Yo, Rory.
Gutter?
I'm being
Yo,
real,
Rory.
bro.
Guess the lines. We got to These niggas wasn't. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't. Those. I know y'all talking about the me and my bitch line, right? How you look so good. I saw from your phone.
That's a Richard Pryor
It is
thing.
a Richard Pryor. A
That
lot of you
shit
don't
is
even know
still
that.
gay as shit, bro.
It is, but back then, and my mother broke it down to me, right? Back then, at that time, it was a form of expression of how the bitch got to be real bad for you to want to do that to her pops, my nigga.
Wait. Come on, man.
bro,
I'm
that's
just
gay as
saying.
hell.
Niggas in the
That's how my mother
forefront.
broke it down to me, my nigga. My mother is listen.
It was a
Biggie
Richard
is my
Pryor
favorite
bit.
rapper. On top of it being a Richard Pryor joke, Biggie is my favorite rapper. So yes, I questioned that shit.
Nah, it's the gutter line on fucking What's Beef, bro. That's
What's
the
beef,
beef
nigga?
that
Is
got,
that the
bro.
whole
That's the line
Don't you
that
know my
had me
niggas gotta like
like,
to
yo, this
kidnap
Yo,
nigga
have
kids,
is
y'all
sick. Like, I
fuck
can
them in
see
their
why he was
ass,
cool
post
with
them over
Diddy,
a
bro.
bridge.
I can see
This
why he
how
was
it
cool with
is.
Diddy.
I mean, when he
This
did
shit
that,
is played out.
have
what,
y'all
No,
what,
this
what,
shit is played out.
have
Fuck
y'all
that
seen
beef shit. That shit is
Gutta did
played
an
out.
interview?
when is new?
No, what's beef?
It's probably like 2 or 3 years old. Gutta did an interview and someone asked him that
Oh,
question,
he said he wasn't
and
feeling that. He wasn't feeling.
he looked at Big and was like, "Why the fuck would you say that?"
Hey, it
Like,
made the
nah.
song. It made the hook hit even crazier, nigga. It made that song.
And he explained, oh, fuck, I forgot what platform he was interviewing with, but he was explaining that Big was trying to create this mafia
Mafioso shit. Yeah,
whole story
yeah.
long, like, and he's like, "Gut, I want you to be like this mysterious person that everyone's scared of." And granted, I mean, Gutta is Gutta already, but that's what Big was trying to do.
And
But see, Gutta was looking like, "Yo, why the fuck would you choose that bar?"
that
Like,
just shows how
I'm fucking people in their
listen,
asses
he
and
got
throwing
the point
And
across.
throwing him over the
He
bridge?
got the point across.
Like, nigga,
When
what?
niggas hear that name, when niggas hear C Gutter, niggas thinking, now this nigga's gonna kidnap my kid and fuck him in their ass, my nigga. This nigga's crazy.
Well, I
I
mean,
found the clip. It was 2 years
Big
ago.
was
It
a
was two
writer.
years ago with Vlad.
It was Vlad. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was what's the other one that interviews the same people as Vlad?
Yo, what's your favorite Big song,
Interview
Rory?
Keefy D. My favorite Big song, probably Sky's the Limit.
How's that everybody's favorite fucking Big song, man?
That's currently now just because like I have a daughter.
I do too.
But before it was never that.
I do too, and it's only that last verse, man.
I think everything changed when I had a daughter, but before that, my favorite Big song, I Got a Story to Tell. I guess.
Okay, I
don't know. I could rap every.
Me too.
Verse
Me too.
ever.
I think
it's Long Kiss Goodnight for me.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
I like Long Kiss Goodnight.
I would probably go with. Damn, You're Nobody. Then I'll probably.
Till somebody kills you.
Then I'll probably go for nostalgia reasons with me and my moms, because me and my mother used to go back and forth with the What. With him and Method Man.
Oh, the what is crazy.
So it's my mother's a diehard big fan. She thinks Ready to Die is better than Life After Death. I look at her like she got 8 heads.
Nah, Life After Death is definitely superior.
I used to think the same thing, but nah, Life After Death might be the most perfect.
It is the most perfect album.
Like for a double disc,
like it's insane that there's not a skip.
Yeah, it is.
The next best one would be All Eyes on Me.
Wait. You said there's not a skip. You saying Player Hater hits? Like, come on, bro.
Nah, Player Hater definitely hits.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Bro, come on.
It does.
It serves its purpose.
It does.
You never robbed a nigga before. That's your problem. Nigga never caught no licks. Nigga, you ain't never robbed no nigga before, nigga. That's why you can't relate to that, nigga. Rob a nigga.
B&Es,
rob a nigga and come back. Go
you robbing
now
people to play a
go
hater.
rob a nigga.
You robbing
no
people
home
to play a hater
invasion.
And come back. Come back to the spaces.
I'm following Mars. Mars is funny as fuck.
Mars, you robbing niggas to play hater on the Ox. Really?
Yo, Rory, I have a question. When are you gonna do another R&B versus?
You fucking fool! You've been robbed.
Like on the pod?
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
I mean, you did used to do my IG a while back.
Yeah, I mean, IG doesn't allow you to play music anymore, so it's a dub for that. But we do them on Patreon every now and then with our podcast because we can play music there without it getting taken down.
Oh, okay.
Hey Rory, what'd you think about fucking Maul telling Damaris that Drake is a better writer than Mariah Carey?
Oh my god, that was a crazy ass debate. I didn't expect
I
that.
agree with the nigga Maul, but let me shut up, bro.
I mean, I answered truthfully. Like, I'm not familiar with Mariah's pen. Like,
nah, Mariah's pen is crazy.
I didn't.
Nah, her pen is
Rory, I
pen
didn't
is
go to that episode. So
I'm familiar with Mariah Carey's catalog.
She has no timestamp records.
Yeah, that's
never.
Yo, Mariah watched M, yo. Like,
she don't got
nothing
writer.
She watched
Yo, Mariah doesn't sing about things, man. She never been to the
Hey, bro, you heard me, bro. She watched M, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. Bitch, you out
She did watch him, though. He ain't lying on that, bro.
Nah, I know she did, nigga.
She did.
How?
She watched him, bro. Come on.
She watched, like, what was it? It was Bagpipes Over Baghdad or some shit that M did?
Yeah, he did some, like...
It was some shit he did, bro. But then she dropped Obsessed, bro. Obsessed was a hit, nigga.
Obsessed was a hit, nigga, that was all they was playing on the fucking radio. Her husband was crazy, nigga.
All right, so who's beating Mariah? Who's beating Mariah in the verses?
Mariah didn't write.
Michael's beating Mariah in the verses easily. Hey, nobody
ain't writing Two Birds, One Stone.
Bro, nobody's beating Michael in the verses, bro.
Of course not, nigga.
But I'm saying, what female artist can beat?
You want me to play devil's advocate in that mic?
Who's beating 50 in the verses?
Hold up,
bro. Don't even say Prince, bro. Bro,
I'm not. You want me to play devil's advocate on that mic shit, and don't get mad, bro.
I'm gonna get mad, but go ahead.
I'm about to get mad. Go
ahead.
All
right. Robert Kelly
is beating who?
Is beating Michael Jackson
in a versus?
No, man.
Because if we're doing the verses, we're including the records that he wrote for people, that he produced for people, and then his own shit. Correct?
No. Just his own shit, bro.
Just all okay.
Just his
That
catalog.
Might
Jared,
be the only.
Y'all are not beating these pedophiles.
This nigga. Roy, don't act like R. Kelly didn't have bops, bro. Don't act like you wasn't fucking with 12 play.
Of course I. Come on. Are you crazy?
That's all I'm saying.
Of course,
bro.
I loved R. Kelly growing up. But he's not being Michael Jackson in the
Nah, I
verse.
don't think
But
he's being
nobody
Mike.
is. It's
I feel
impossible.
like Kel.
So what's the
Nah, he's not.
what's the first R. Kelly song you playing?
Shit, bro. It depends on what Mike playing, because I would assume Mike would get first dibs.
All right.
He
So if
might.
somebody put on, if somebody put on
All right.
Rock with You,
All of Thriller or all of
Rock with You,
Off the Wall or
Rock
all
with
of
You.
Bad. Like where do you want to begin?
I'm
That's
starting
valid.
with
That's
Thriller.
valid.
I'm
I'm
getting the fuck
actually
up out of here.
one of the people that
What are we
puts Off
talking
the
about?
Wall above Thriller, personally.
I'd same, but I mean that's just a personal preference.
Wait, 404. Hold on. If they
What?
play Rock with You, what are you playing by R. Kelly?
Shit,
Rock
I'm gonna
with you.
spin it back on him, and I'm gonna play the shit I wrote for Mike called "You Are Not Alone," nigga.
And you're losing that round.
You losing that round. You said
We
what was
clearly
the song you had for
said,
Michael that first round?
Rock with You.
Step in the Name of Love.
but you have to.
Bro,
Stephanie,
come
that's
on,
that
bro.
shit,
Like
bro. That's
you,
that shit.
bro.
How? No,
That's 1-0.
round
That's
two.
1-0
Round
already. Like, come on, bro.
two.
Billy
Bro,
Jean.
I'm playing with y'all.
Billie
We
Billie
know
Jean
Mike
Jean.
is untouchable, bro. We know Mike is
is
untouchable, bro.
beating Step in the
It
Name of
is.
Love.
It is. Listen,
I was just trying to play devil's advocate.
it'll be a classic ass battle
We
though.
know Mike is the
No,
GOAT,
it
bro.
wouldn't,
We
bro.
know
No,
Mike
it
is the
Yo,
GOAT.
wouldn't.
he's
No, it
getting
wouldn't.
washed.
So
Michael
what do you?
Jackson is
He's getting
beating
washed, bro.
everybody in
The only
verses.
no,
Like,
no, no, no. The
All right.
only
So
way R. Kelly, the only
who's
way
beating
R.
R.
Kelly
Kelly?
wins if he plays some shit
But
off
R.
like
Kelly is
Invincible.
beating everybody besides Mike. He's beating everybody besides Mike, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Like we're not gonna act like R. Kelly, even if we remove the shit he wrote and produced for other artists, his own catalog, bro.
Fuck that. Let's remove the pedo shit and that R. Kelly, right?
But how do you remove the
y'all
pedo
love
shit? Like,
Yeah,
yo,
you
how do you?
can't remove the
y'all love
pedal
doing that
shit.
in this
You
nigga
can't.
community.
But
Remove it. I mean, niggas removed it back in the day, bro. Niggas watched him pee on that
All right,
girl.
all
He
right.
dropped
Who
Step in
else
the
are
Name
you
of
putting
Love,
versus R. Kelly?
and the streets went
Michael,
crazy.
he's not beating Michael.
No, he's not being Michael.
I agree.
No,
Nobody
ain't
can
nobody
beat
else
Michael.
fucking with him though.
Yeah, anybody besides MJ.
Who's beating Michael then?
Bro, Michael's
Nobody.
No one.
catalog is just crazy,
Nobody in
bro. Like, what the
history?
fuck?
His father.
No one, bro.
Nobody.
No.
All genres.
His father.
The only
The only,
person, the
the
only
only nigga
person
that's
that
gonna
can battle
beat
Mike.
Mike is his father, nigga. That's it, nigga. And that nigga.
No. The only person that can battle Michael is
You can make an argument that each album, like after Off the Wall, is a fucking classic on its own, bro.
Nah,
He did
bro.
what, 6? He
The
did
history
6?
shit, nah, bro.
Bro, history. Don't that got black and white?
Nah, that's dangerous.
That's
bro.
dangerous.
That's dangerous.
All right.
History's
History
like,
got Scream.
nah. History got like, yeah, no. I think history does have Scream. Never mind.
Why are we even
History got some shit
contemplating
on
the
there,
king
bro.
of pop, man? Come on, stop this.
Nah, but Invincible, I
Invincible is a
don't know, man.
classic.
Nah, I wouldn't say classic,
Bro, it's a classic, bro.
It's
You
a good,
got
it's a
bro, you
decent
got
album.
Teddy Riley and Rodney Jerkins all over the shit, nigga. How could it not be a classic?
Hey, what's that one song? Hey, what's that one song with Chris Rock in the music video where?
Remember the times. Remember the times.
No.
That's Eddie Murphy.
Chris Rock.
You talk about Liberian Girl?
No. It was Chris Rock.
Iberian Girl.
It was 2000s, Michael.
Liberian Girl had everybody in the video.
No, it was 2000s, Michael. Not
Eddie Murphy.
90s, Michael. 2000s, Michael.
Hey, I got a question.
I don't know.
Who y'all think would have won in the battle between Cole and Kendrick?
Cole.
I think Cole would have got that?
Yeah.
I've always died on the hill that Cole is a more technical rapper than Kendrick. Like,
bro, Kendrick,
I think he's more technical. Like when you say like multi-syllabic rhyme patterns and double and triple entendres and things of that nature, I think that he's clearing Kendrick. It's just that Kendrick, for one, I think Kendrick has better bodies of work, and then I also think a strong suit of Kendrick is his delivery with shit.
Kendrick doesn't have punchlines. That's kind of, I mean, he does, but it's not really his strong suit. He's more of a conceptual rapper. So,
bro, let's keep it real. Keep it a buck. It's his voice. He has a good voice.
Yeah, he has a good rap voice, but his.
I know,
bro.
He
sound like a leprechaun, bro. Like, what are we talking
about? He leans on the voice.
But his fans, the people that listen to him, they always say they like his concepts, right? Now, J. Cole has great concepts too, but he's more of a
he don't execute them as good as Kendrick.
Right. You
no,
know
he
what
does
I'm saying?
not.
He's more of a punchline. He's kind of, J. Cole's kind of like a little bit of a mix between Drake and Kendrick. You know what I mean? He's kind of a little more conceptual. He's more conceptual than Drake, but he's not as punchline as Drake, right? So he's kind of in between. That's why he says he's the middle child, you know? I
Hey,
feel like
Cole's
that's why he
diss.
says that.
Cole's diss is underrated. I think it's better than like
I can't believe
fucking
he
Meet the
got on that
Grams and
stage
not
and did
like
that
us,
shit,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, that was
I cannot
bullshit.
believe he hopped on that stage and
That
did
was
that.
bullshit.
I think the whole might delete later is pretty good, and he has that song with where he's with Daylight. He's dissing Kendrick on there, but he didn't
I
get
felt
rid of
like
that
that
song.
whole project he was subbing Kendrick. Might
Nah,
delete later.
not the
Yeah,
whole
but I'm saying
project. Nah, I
but
feel
I'm
like
saying
people were
It's a
tripping
good
specifically
on
that
that.
EP.
specifically the song with Daylight on that album. He was dissing him plenty on there, but he kept it there. So
The
I don't
album
know.
is fire though. I mean, you
Yeah,
He
know,
killed all of his momentum when he hopped on that stage and did
yep,
that shit.
he killed it, murdered it.
Yeah, but
You
guess who
know. Hey,
orchestrated
I
that?
got a question for you. What does Cole do like moving forward? Because you know, like he had a hot little run
I don't
saying he
know,
was the
but
Cole,
best. He was
I
blowing
saw
people up.
something on I think
Cole,
NFR or some shit, and they were like,
the Fall Off is probably going to be his best album, and everybody's going to forget about him apologizing. That's my prediction.
That's yeah. I'm on that side too.
Yeah, I think
I
he's
think
just going to
everyone's gonna move on from
everybody's
flame.
it.
gonna move on. Everybody's gonna
Yep.
move on it for everybody. To be honest,
We don't take
But
into
somebody
account
needs
his
to step
sales
up.
though, man. That J. Cole's a monster too. Middle Child is
Yeah, he
diamonds.
do
Like
numbers.
yeah. Well,
He
he
because
do
do
he has
numbers.
a
numbers,
cult.
Somebody
He
man.
has
got
a
to
Like
cult.
tap.
Like going back to what, and I wanted to say that Rory, what you were bringing up earlier about how like J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick kind of have like a cult like following is because the advantage that they had, they came essentially from the physical like copy era and they came up with the
To the
internet.
streams.
Exactly. So it's not like they
Yeah.
started in the streaming era. They came up when the internet, and social media, LimeWire and FrostWire and all these different, outlets for media,
That
that
piff.
Piff,
MySpace, DatPiff, Hot New Hip
Live
Hop,
my
World
mixtapes.
Star,
My
mixtapes,
mixtapes,
the
and
yeah.
the
world,
blog era.
bruh,
They
everything.
had
And then think about
three eras in one.
think about all the apps too. Before TikTok, you had I don't even think y'all remember. I think y'all.
Vine.
Vine.
Hold up, no, you
Vine,
had
yeah.
Vine. Hold up,
I,
you
I
had Vine.
I think
I
the
don't think
best
y'all
Musically,
remember.
culture.
It was
musically.
Cine.
Musically, yeah.
No, it
Then it
was
was
Cine. It was
what's the
Cine.
other?
I think that's
Damn,
where
y'all
they
old. What the fuck?
need more
Cinemagraph or
credit.
something like that. I don't think y'all remember Cinemagraph. It was before Vine, right? So, but still, you just had all these different apps, that people were using to essentially put out music, and so they were able to be a little more like personal with their fan bases coming up. You know what I mean?
See,
Exactly.
this where I actually disagree. And I know you guys don't want me to give Kendrick credit, but he sold Section 80 on iTunes. I don't
Yeah.
know if you guys
Yeah,
That's
remember
his
that. That
debut.
was
Like
fucking. That was a real risk. Like
Yeah, but
that was really tough
everybody
to
did
do.
that.
Everyone was downloading mixtapes, like, and it was pitched as a mixtape, and he sold it on iTunes. Like that was a risk.
Yeah, but
That
but
was
he
a
had
pull
tough
up
mixtapes
the
thing to do.
before that,
sales,
bro.
pull up the sales of what it
Yeah,
did.
no, I mean, OD and Kendrick Lamar EP,
Like
I
you know
love,
what I'm saying,
but
OD, you know what I'm saying, you had like the C4, you had
Section
like
80 is
the
where
top,
I
what was it,
got
like the
familiar with.
head young nigga in charge. Like, bro, K Dot had mixtapes, bro. It wasn't like he just like,
no, I know, but no, I'm saying
Yeah,
to your
how's that a
point
risk though?
of finally having to sell because he Section 80 was a mixtape and he sold it on iTunes. Like that's a risk.
Yeah, but how?
If
Like,
I'm not
Everyone could
mistaken,
download
it when it
everything.
first launched, it was on that Piff. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it? Section 80.
And then it went on iTunes. The same time Dom Kennedy was trying to sell I forgot the name of that original Dom Kennedy for like
oh
$7.
yeah,
This was when this was the first time artists that were living in the blog
Started
era
selling their shit.
finally tried to monetize their mixtapes.
well,
Like
it was because it was a studio. It was
that's tough to do.
technically a studio album.
Nah,
So I'm
it's
sure.
not even technical. That's his
So
official first
exactly,
studio
that's his
album.
so he was trying to probably recoup, whatever I guess he probably put into it, but still, I mean, 5K is your debut album, and then you get,
yeah, that's pretty
you
good.
get on the
I'm not gonna
tour
lie.
and you crack almost 300K, and nobody says nothing about that. But I digress. I let it be. I let it
I
be.
might get killed for this, but I low key like Section 80 better than Good Kid. Low key.
Bro, I like
Nah,
OD better
Section
than
80 just
both
has
of
that
them.
makeup song, bro. Like, apart from that, it's perfect.
Section 80 is heat.
Like PNP 1.5, bro. Him and Absol went crazy on that.
That's on OD, though. Is
Yeah,
that on
no, that's
Section
what I was
80?
saying. Like I preferred OD
Okay,
over Section 80.
yeah.
Well, I don't know about Good Kid, but definitely over Section 80. But
Hey, but Rory, like,
Man, I was at Def Jam
go ahead.
when brought OD in that fucking building. It was like, yo, you know, he's rapping over all these Roots interludes that you guys just put out and didn't market at all. And they were like, what are you talking about? I was like, it's got Kendrick Lamar. Here's a mixtape. He's rapping over all the beats that you guys just put out but didn't market whatsoever for the Roots. And then he went to Dre. But
is the Cole shit where he says they say he's responsible for pitching the idea to Dre? Is that true?
What's Cole's? I don't know what Cole's theory is.
No, it was said like that Cole was the reason why that deal got on the table for Kendrick for Aftermath, because he was working with Dre at the time or whatever, and he was like, "Yo, you need to check out this kid, Kendrick Lamar. This nigga's fire as fuck."
Wasn't that the Martinez interview?
I forgot which platform it was, but I've heard this before on Twitter and shit.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. I brought OD to Shaw Money at Def Jam, and the Roots had just put out How I Got Over through Def Jam, and I was like, guys, this person's rapping over these beats. This is gonna be the next person, and they said, "Fuck out of here." And then he went to Dre. That's my recollection of everything that happened. But
he didn't get to.
I don't doubt that Cole didn't.
He didn't get to Dre till like 2012.
But I got on to Kendrick when he was rapping over Foreign Exchange beats on Kendrick Lamar EP.
Got you.
So I had played that for Sha before, but then OD came out, and I was like, why would y'all not want to fuck with this guy? And
hey, so Rory, you remember Michael Jordan, right?
You would have been the guy, man. If you would have been the guy that put on Kendrick Lamar.
Hey, you remember Michael Jordan, right? Yeah, I remember that song.
The basketball player?
No, the song by Kendrick.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, bro, that shit's ass, man. You know what I'm saying? I would have told him to get back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so J. Cole introduced Kendrick to TDE?
No, they always
not
knew,
TDE,
but then
Aftermath.
No, but TDE was running around with Aftermath for the longest time, and there was no movement. He was just kind of shelved. He was just there chilling, like they were tiptoeing around the situation,
okay.
And then someone pushed the situation more, and then Kendrick got his. But to be honest with you, people once he started messing with Drake, that's when everything got real serious with
Club Paradise tour.
All right, man. See this, SB. I respect you, and I really, really fuck with your opinion. But that's just wrong. There's no.
Okay.
J-Rock was signed with Interscope.
And that nigga been rapping since Vietnam, Rory. Let's be real here.
Hold on, no. Let him rock.
Top Dog already
let him rock.
Top Dog already had a deal with J-Rock being on Interscope. They put together, which they were starting with Ab-Soul, Schoolboy Q, and K-Dot at the time. That is what started that joint venture.
Yeah.
Nobody pushed that shit behind because they got a
no.
Section 80 was already on iTunes.
Yeah, and sold 5,000 records.
Era to iTunes
and
market.
Sold 5,000 records.
That means a lot at that time. I don't think you realize that,
brother. Of course, I realize that.
That turned the blog era to iTunes. Like that was a big thing. You think because he got the Poetic Justice feature, people took him serious?
What?
He's saying the club.
No, Rory. Now, this is the first time I'm gonna disagree with you tonight, man.
He's saying the Club Paradise tour, man.
When he went on that Club Paradise tour, there was pandemonium. Everybody and their mama was running on those dates and doing the do. I remember running around with yams. I remember.
I'll be right back, y'all. Let me go outside real quick.
The boy helped break the guy. It's okay to.
Oh no! I agree. I think Drake, when he put Rocky and Kendrick on that tour, I think that
the
was
whole
fire.
trajectory changed. Period.
That was a great move. I think that was a respectable move. Like I really fucked with that. But come on, like Kendrick had momentum. What are we talking about? That changed everything because he went on tour.
Yes. 100%.
Wait, momentum.
100%.
Momentum from Section
1000%.
80.
Oh, y'all are
Bro,
crazy.
hold on. Go back
Wait,
to what we were
wait,
just
wait.
talking
Hold
about. The
on.
debut album was Section 80, right? Sold 5K. Good Kid, Mad City sold almost 300K. Okay, in between Good Kid, Mad City and Section 80 is when the Club Paradise tour happened. Drake was selling on his debut album 400K first week on his debut album, which is like insane. So, of course, and I
So
remember
you think it was more Club Paradise tour or
Kendrick said
Interscope
it.
putting more money behind swimming pools than anyone else?
Kendrick
Like,
said it. He said, "Bro,
Rory, I
when I
think you're
went,
missing a step.
he said when I went on the Club Paradise tour, he said it's crazy. I was used to performing in front of 2K, and then I'm performing in front of 15,000 people a night.
yeah,
It's going to that's gonna break you, bro. You're on tour with the biggest artist in the world with the other next ASAP Rocky at the time. Remember with his mixtape,
Yeah, Live
I
Love
forgot,
ASAP.
Live Love. That
Yeah.
was going crazy. That was going crazier than Kendrick Lamar at that time. Before Good Kid, Mad City.
what was the last arena show you went to?
You talking about me?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna cap. It's been a minute. Shit, nigga. It's been a minute. Shit, nigga. Been working. But why? What's
Okay.
the kind of
Well,
like? What's the
who opened up?
Let me think.
Who opened up for
I went
who?
to a J Cole. I went to a J Cole concert.
Who opened up?
It was fucking no. It was I went
Probably
to
Boss,
Future.
right?
I went to Future. It was a Future
Rory, do you
concert,
remember? Do you
and it
remember
was
the?
supposed to be. It was
Okay.
supposed to be Tory
No.
Lanez.
SB,
It was supposed to be
SB.
Tory
I'm gonna
Lanez.
make a point
It
here.
was supposed to be Tory Lanez, but I remember that time Tory Lanez he canceled.
Who opened up?
I forgot,
Okay,
bro.
so
It was
Tory
supposed to be
Lane's
Tory
cool.
Lanez, but I forgot who opened up. No, it was YG.
Exactly.
It was
So yeah,
YG. It
I
was
think it's
YG.
okay. I think it's very important that openers, and I think Drake did a very honorable move by putting two people that I think have changed the culture, being ASAP Rocky and Kendrick, on that tour. But if you're about to say people that are going to an arena show, they're parking or going to the bathroom or getting drinks during the opener. Like, what are we talking about? That didn't break Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, but Rory, you're
He brought
forgetting.
him.
Hold
He
on.
brought him
Let me say this.
attention and the
Nah,
Rory,
cosign.
I don't
The
agree to
cosign.
that.
hold on.
Rory, we all know
This is
the power of the
different.
Let me say
cosign
this.
at
We're
that
thinking.
time, man.
You're
Come on,
thinking
man. This
about,
is
but hold
blogger
on.
Let me
You
say
era.
this
you
too. He
you got
had
to
a
remember. Yeah, exactly.
he
It's
had
a
a he had
blogger,
his own
and
interlude,
Yeah, yeah.
bro.
Drake is at this time. This is like the time where people are searching for the next big thing, right? And the next biggest artist in music. And like I said, you got to keep in mind, ASAP Rocky was a star at that time. He wasn't a nobody. He was buzzing in the streets like crazy.
Yeah, facts.
So you have Drake, you have ASAP Rocky, and you have Kendrick Lamar lineup. Bro, there people are, and Kendrick said it himself. He said, "I'm performing in front of like 15,000 people." Hold up, and I remember even at one point in the show, Drake, ASAP Rocky, and Kendrick Lamar were all on the stage together. So it wasn't like Kendrick just opened up and then just got off stage and like, you know what I'm saying? Like his name was out there. They were
Wait, so
meeting people.
what song did ASAP Rocky, Kendrick, and Drake do on stage at that time?
Bro, come on now. I didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Problems.
Like,
Problems did
yeah,
not
it didn't
exist at that
exist,
time.
but
This is
it
where
didn't
you guys
exist.
are
But look,
what are y'all talking about?
I'm not saying I know every lyric and every song word for word, but what I'm saying is that just brought his name into a conversation. Before then, a lot of people didn't know.
Drake did a very honorable move by doing that. But to say that broke Kendrick Lamar is one of the most insane things I've ever
Yeah.
heard.
Like Rory, you're forgetting.
It's insane not to say it.
Hold on.
It's insane not to say it, bro.
Hold on. I want to say too. Like, it's not just a
Because
tour.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
He put him. Hold
When
on. Hold on. Hold on.
So Interscope didn't break Kendrick, right? He was
we're not
an
saying they didn't
opener on
have
a
a
Bro, he
Drake
had an
we didn't have a
interlude. He had
part
an
in
interlude
playing it.
on
But
Take
think about
Care.
how many artists that
Like, come on,
Interscope
bro.
hasn't broke, or they tried to break and it didn't get popular.
He had an interlude on Take Care too. Like, I don't know why
Brother,
we're
You
just
know.
ignoring that shit.
Kendrick was on TDE since 2005, man. You know what year we're talking about? We're talking
Yeah, I
about
know.
February 2012.
Well, TDE also
Like,
didn't really exist
come on, man.
with
We got to
Interscope
behave ourselves
until
here on this soft Friday
2011.
night, man. He
TDE
was
was an
signed to
independent
TDE
label.
since 2005, and
I'm aware. I'm
nobody
saying it was an
outside of
independent
the.
label that didn't exist. It was just an independent label.
So we're just gonna act like it was a coincidence, though, that
No,
You know,
no, but DJ and Jimmy weren't paying attention to him, and it's okay to say that. Like, bro, like I'm gonna be honest with you, I was there, bro. Like, I was in that building since Steve Stout and Foxy's brother was there in the late '90s, early 2000s, all the way
And
to
SB, I'm
DJ
telling
and
you,
Jimmy was there.
I was at Def Jam trying to explain to them that he was rapping over Roots beats at one point. I'm aware too, and
and
it
and and,
wasn't
and he
because of
was
Drake.
and he was super talented, but to say that the boy at the time where everybody was doing going pandemonium over him because nobody really believed, everyone was like, So Far Gone's cute, good little mixtape, can you do it? And then he had commercial success. That was 3 years into his trajectory as an artist, of 3 years of dominance. Remember the Grammy Awards, running around sweeping American Music Awards. He was murdering the place. And then this guy was coming, and then Kendrick got a record, ASAP got a record, and same with J. Cole. In the morning, yes, it was a mixtape record, but that was a huge records on blogs. It was one of the most streamed before streaming. It was one of the most viewed and listened to songs via every mixtape. Friday Night Lights started getting
You're
gigantic.
you're
Everything
you're
was
you're doing you're,
all
you're
great
doing this
trajectory.
again
But
of a point that I'm not making, and just going on a rant about something else.
brother, all I'm saying is TDE in 2005 had Kendrick and Black Hippie.
Okay,
Nobody heard of the man until 2011, getting into 2012. That's just the honesty. And nobody outside of the West Coast knew who Kendrick was. If unless you were boom bap, knapsack, or maybe Stretch Armstrong and Babito was spinning him,
see,
this before even
this
L.A.
is where
Makers
sometimes
and everything.
you just lose me. Stretch and Bobito had a radio show during that time. Like, what are we talking about, man? Also, was he not already signed to Interscope and to Dr. Dre before the Club Paradise tour? Like, if you want to do this facts thing, we could
Yes,
really
but
do it.
a lot of people were signed. But what does signing mean? Rory, you worked at Def Jam, and you know what being signed means. Like, come on, man. Like Socrates was on Def Jam.
Shout
Like,
out to
and you're
Socrates.
familiar with, and you're super familiar with Sox. You know what I mean? And I know you're super familiar with Morgan
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and Day and everybody.
Shout out to Mr.
So
Morgan as well.
I already know, brother. I met you in New York with Morgan. That's even another
Oh,
story.
okay.
But
Oh, shit, I didn't know that. My bad.
what I'm saying, what what I'm saying is, at that time, he was just to the back burner. Interscope was coming off of remember when they got signed, it was the 50 movement going into '05, going into, you understand what I'm saying? So they were just sitting there in hiatus, running around with Dre, just hoping for a chance, waiting for their opportunity, still grinding, still putting in work, still honing on their craft. But as far as getting the public exposure and mainstream exposure, Drake gave them that, and
Okay.
we cannot deny
So
that.
Club Paradise tour was 2012. Kendrick Lamar
It was
was
February
somebody that
2012,
was on
all
the
the way till
shelf
June
in
2012.
2012. That's what we're gonna go with.
No, he wasn't moving like that. He had a buzz, but it wasn't nothing
Yeah,
crazy.
he was an
look,
opener on a tour, which
if
is great.
you're
But you're about to
sitting,
tell me that he was somebody that was sitting chilling with Interscope in 2012. Kendrick Lamar in 2012 was nobody.
I didn't say he was nobody, brother, but he wasn't the player. He wasn't the player in the game that he was after that Club Paradise tour.
it's a cosign, man. I think cosigns go a lot farther than what you're giving
Because
credit for.
I remember, one of his biggest songs at the time. Remember, Swimming Pools. That was by T Minus, a kid from Pickering that I
Love
know.
T
Like,
minus.
I was there the whole time. Like, I was there the whole time watching him and saying, "Yo, this guy could spit his fucking ass off."
T minus is an amazing
But he
producer.
didn't get the commercial mainstream appeal until Drake put him on the stage. And just same way where Serendipity hit, Luck, Chance, and Circumstance, and Drake got with Wayne, and he got put on right when Wayne was at his peak of peaks of
Hmm.
peaks, and he did 1 million in the first week. Like, nobody, it's okay to have help to get a stimulus
Hmm.
package. It's okay, but it's what you do once you're in front of the people. Are they going to gravitate to you?
And I agree that yes, everyone needs help, but to say that Kendrick Lamar was nobody at that time is insane to me.
Rory, bro, like
In
That's
the
all I got.
in the
Rory in
mainstream, he
20
wasn't.
2011.
In the mainstream, he
Hold up,
wasn't.
Rory,
Okay, and he
2011.
but SB's talking from an
Okay,
industry
you know
perspective.
how we could do a quick test.
He
You
was
know how
already
we could
signed
do
to
a quick
Interscope.
test.
Interscope was putting every
No,
last
but
dollar
I'm
behind them.
saying, Rory, we could do a quick test. Just go to RIAA and go look. when it when Section 80 got a certified plaque and what year it came out.
Wait,
What does that mean exactly?
It means that he sold 5,000. Once he after he got with Drake, it started
Yes, well,
charting. It was never charting up
we
until
talked about
he was
this.
standing beside Drake.
Everyone downloaded Section 80 on the internet before it went on iTunes. So yeah, of course it sold 5,000 records because everyone had it already. Do you want to go look at the sales of So Far
So Far
Gone when
Gone
they
was for
re-released
free.
it? Like, what
I
are we
believe
talking
So
about?
Far Gone is double platinum now. Like, what is the point?
wait.
Well,
Why?
'cause he's
So Far
Why
Gone
did?
was free. It came out Valentine. It basically came out Valentine's Day,
Why?
2009,
I
Why?
remember.
and it was
I
free.
tried to book Drake at St. Peter's College
Why did
when
Interscope
I was
put so
19
much money behind Kendrick Lamar? Like you were saying, oh, Interscope put like everything they had into him when he didn't have like a commercial hit or anything yet. Like, why, if you know or you have information,
because
why did they do that?
Section 80 had the buzz, and Top Dog, who I think is one of the best executives period, had a whole camp and a whole joint venture that was ready to go. J Rock didn't hit the way they thought it was going to hit, and he came with a whole camp and brought a whole bunch of music. And Kendrick already had a buzz with Section 80, so they put it on iTunes. And then you got swimming pools, which they put every last dollar behind. And then they also, which I don't want to say this because it's being recorded, forced Drake to put Kendrick on that fucking tour. It's all Universal. Like that's why
Yeah,
I was trying to be quiet with SB talking about right now. Like, I think it's commendable that Drake put Rocky and Kendrick on that shit, but let's not pretend like Universal didn't force him to do that shit.
Okay, but Rory, what about the feature? He was on Buried Alive interlude, like 2011. Why do we keep ignoring that?
I think Drake was a real fan of Kendrick Lamar at that time.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
but I'm saying like you guys keep saying that. Oh yeah, 2012 he was on the tour, but Take Care, like 2011, was a big album that year. Like, well, what are we?
you think that second half of Marvin's Room is what broke Kendrick Lamar?
No,
Like,
I
what are y'all
think
talking about?
it got more people interested in it because I found out about Kendrick Lamar through that interlude. That's one of my favorite songs
I don't
on the
know,
album.
man. I still feel like
Okay, yeah, then I don't really know if we can have this conversation.
This this might sound crazy, guys, but how did you guys find out about Keem, Baby Keem?
For me, it was
How'd you
Drake. I'm
guys?
not gonna be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, this nigga slow.
Who else thinks it's from Drake?
You
Baby
said
Keem.
Baby King?
Yeah, Rory, like you're omitted from this. You are to
Okay,
the
all right,
pulse,
cool.
brother.
I
Like,
just
come
want to
on,
make
man.
sure.
I'm not
Like
gonna.
you're boom bap,
I will.
knapsack, most def, Talib Kweli. Like I get it, but like, you were there. Like I
I
know you
would
were in the
say
building.
to answer your question. I think like Oliver had
Yeah.
a set on OVO and he played. I think Die for My Bitch or something.
For sure. And then Drake had made the IG story saying it was his favorite album of the year. Yada yada yada. That was the first time I saw that shit. Like, die for my bitch.
But you're also talking to like a OVO community, so of course they're gonna be introduced to everything by Drake.
no. I heard about
Like that's
Keem
a weird
through
question to ask.
through Kendrick. I think that's why I heard him through.
And you know at that time that's when streaming came. Jimmy Iovine, Larry Jackson, all those guys started with Apple Music. And remember, Drake used to do the exclusives on Apple Music and at 2012, and then they got OVO Radio. That was a very powerful medium to get artists broke. A lot of artists got deals just off the strength of that. I know artists that got deals for Drake following them with the hope that he's going to get a record. Like he was a guy. He was on fire at that time. Obviously, the trajectory, he's super mega star right now. But at the time, he was the hottest thing in the game during that time period. So
So you think Baby Keem was broke off OVO Radio?
I'm not saying he was broke. I'm just showing you the power and the audience and how they're paying attention to it. They were super listening to
You
OVO radio, where you were
you
breaking their
you
UK records were getting broke and
you do
different
not
records were
need to
getting broke.
explain the power of pause Drake to me. Drake is one of the most powerful artists, if not the most powerful artist, outside of Mike that we was just debating about. It's Mike and Drake to me. But to say that Drake broke Kendrick Lamar, Baby Keem, like at this point, this is where y'all
Don't
get in this
don't take
delusion area that I can't even.
don't take my word
I
for it.
can't deal with this
Don't take
delusion.
my word for it. No, man. I asked these guys who and where is the first place they heard about Baby
You're
Keem,
asking an
and they
OVO
answered. I didn't
community
put
that.
the.
Hey, I'm not OVO. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I don't know, Rory. You're gonna have to convince me, man.
I
That stimulus package comes
can I
pretty
give y'all
crazy,
the
man.
younger guy like perspective on this? Because I don't know how. Like I know Rory said he a little older, but like I'm 23 years old, and like I had to like I'm so young that I would listen to Views on Spinrilla, like like so I didn't even have Apple Music at the time, but I did get introduced to Kendrick when I had to go back and listen to everything from Good Kid. It wasn't really from like Buried Alive. I knew it, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm running to Kendrick. I think Kendrick got his buzz being Kendrick. My uncle was playing me Kendrick freestyles before any of the Drake shit. So like, I think that Kendrick got his own buzz, and I'm a super Drake fan and a Kendrick fan. But Drake did a lot of great things for a lot of artists, but he wasn't the reason Kendrick became Kendrick.
No, I didn't even say he became the reason. That at the end of the day, Kendrick's hustle and bustle and his rapping ability did that. But I'm talking about the introduction to the world and the cosign and standing beside. It's just like people saying Wayne didn't make Drake, but he introduced Drake to the world, and that's exact because Dr. Dre wasn't standing beside him
Who's
and
that?
saying this is it, this is who he is. People didn't even know Dr. Dre was involved with Kendrick until after, because now the streaming era hit in. You had the linear notes. Before you had the linear
SB?
notes on CDs, you'd open them up, you look, see who's the label, who the production company is, who's the management, who's the
Nah, bro.
A&R,
I
who
think that
mixing it.
that
That's
speaks
wrong.
to Kendrick's
Dre had a song with Kendrick.
genius. Like
Yeah, Drake had a song with
he
Kendrick.
did that shit without a cosign.
Yeah, but SB Dr. Dre had a song with Kendrick. Like that's like they
I
literally had a
actually think
song.
you're being more industry than you think you're being right now. I don't think the world looks and goes, "Yo, everyone knew Kendrick because he opened up for Drake, and that's why we know him." Like that's such
Drake
a
fans say
music
that.
nerd,
Drake's
which
fans say that.
that's a music nerd take, which I
No, it's
get
not
because
even
I'm a
about
music
Drake. It's
nerd,
about
but
Drake fans. So much.
nobody
There's got to
thinks
be a
that.
song.
Like, what are we talking about?
Okay, what was
That's
the
not how
song that?
people know
What was the?
Kendrick Lamar.
What would you say the song was that put
Swimming
something on the map?
pools.
What was that one record?
Unfortunately, swimming pools.
You know who produced that record, sir?
What?
T Minus.
Drake didn't, nigga. Like the fuck.
And and
What do you
and
mean,
and
Drake?
by the way, T minus is an incredible producer. But what does that really have to do with Drake?
I could have gave you guys the backstory on how Kendrick even got that record, but okay. But anyways, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Again, it's 6 degrees of separation.
Last time I saw Shorty, T minus was making beats. Like he was dissing T minus at that time.
What happened?
Nothing. It's cool. You got it.
No, Wonder and T Minus have always been
I didn't say Wonder.
1-1.
Love
They went to the same high school.
and Diesel. I've worked with.
They got in a little falling out over a beat, and and they kept it moving. They're brothers. Like he introduced them to Cole. He introduced them to Kendrick. Like and that was his intro into the world. Like that was his big record into the world. That sound. So again, it wasn't no West Coast bop. It wasn't no Crippin' or Blood Walking or none of that. Kendrick cultivated a sound, a voice, a style, and ran with it. And he put in the work as well as TDE put in the work. Dr. Dre, DJ, all those guys. At the time, Interscope was a huge, giant conglomerate, and they ran Apple Music. So they were the driving force, and they could put him in new artists and
Apple
new
Music didn't
artists.
exist
They could
during
put him on
SB,
every.
SB. No disrespect.
like, what are we talking about?
You say a lot of like smart shit for a long time. You
And
don't
then
answer none of the shit that we talking about. Like I get.
I'm giving it to. Listen to me. Drake is the one who introduced the man to the mainstream. We cannot run from
FB,
that.
I,
I
th- I think I
disagree. I
think
That's
just
I
all I'm
think the
disagree.
point
saying.
you're trying to make right now is that Toronto, when it comes down to production, has changed the face of modern music, and you guys deserve all
Bro,
the
for
fucking
for
credit.
15
Like Toronto has changed music. I hated when Ebro said, uh, Drake has no cultural
there's
sound,
no sound
which is insane to me.
when
So I don't really know
which
where
is
you're going with this
ridiculous.
T minus shit and Kendrick, but I'm trying to go with
No,
your
where I'm going
conversation
with
here.
it, where I'm going with it
You
is
guys have
they met
changed
each
music.
other
It's not even
through the
close.
boy.
The producers from Toronto are by far my favorite producers. They have changed modern music. From T minus to Diesel to everyone that's over Boy Wonder, everybody in Toronto has changed music. 40 to me should be up there with fucking Teddy Riley. Like you guys have changed music. So we get it.
No, but
Roy, I got a question.
at the end of the
My
day,
fault. My fault. My fault.
no, I'm just saying at the end of the day, to the mainstream, to the masses, to the crossover, Drake had it at that point, and he introduced him to the world. I didn't say he made him. I didn't say he's the reason why for his success. I'm not saying he's why he is the man he is today. But we cannot deny he introduced him to the world, just like we can't deny that Drake was introduced by Lil Wayne. Like that'd be asinine, it'd be
False
crazy.
equivalency.
It's a
But
really,
yo,
really false equivalency.
but Roy, I got a question. Like this talking about big three talks. I think this is a good question. Out of the big three, like if you had to rank their albums 1, 2, 3, where would you do it? And do you think Kendrick has two of the top three out of their albums?
That's all right. So that's a really good question. I've never thought of it that. All right, so I'll put it this way: my favorite Kendrick album is "Damn." My favorite Drake album is "Nothing Was the Same." Um, Cole, I might put KOD as the favorite, and out of all of those, I would say "Nothing Was the Same" would be number one.
Okay, I agree. The KOD shit I don't agree with, but everything else I agree
Yeah,
with.
that
Yeah,
KOD take
KOD
was
over 2014
crazy.
is
KOD over
insane.
2014 is
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
Yeah,
Like,
that was
crazy.
wild. Even over Born
I'm,
Sinner, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
you gotta
guys. I'm talking about
understand.
my
This is
personal,
boom bap
my
Rory,
personal
man.
preference.
my fault, my
He
fault. But yeah.
likes he
No,
likes
respect,
he likes the boom
respect.
bap real hip hop knapsack jan sport type
But
music.
even then,
And I'm not mad
That's
at it.
not.
KOD
First of
is
all,
not
That's
that's
even
not
not.
the
KOD.
most.
That's
Yeah, that's not KOD at
Nah,
all.
but
first of all.
respect.
Wait. You think I'm a boom bap person like that?
I'm not saying you're a boom
Damn,
bap
but what
person
You
what
like
just
that,
year
said
but
did
that.
I
KOD
think
come out?
you prefer
2018.
real hip hop over the
20,
crossover stuff.
2018.
Nah.
Wait, Cole
All right.
dropped in 2018.
Yeah,
Yeah, KOD.
KOD.
Which is my least favorite Cole album. That's just
Bro,
my
what
Same,
the
opinion, though.
fuck?
same.
You, I, out of all the Drake albums, you think nothing was the same as the boom bap one?
No, I'm not saying it was the boom bap one. I'm just saying that because Drake, in reality, Drake didn't really have a
Di-
boom bap. And if you're reading this, is probably the closest boom
yeah.
bap album that he had.
Agreed.
Like you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Agreed.
But at the end of the day, but he definitely has the boom bap records. Boom bap would like,
Oh no,
stamp would be the
I'm just
epitome
asking why
of
you
a
think
boom
I'm
bap.
the boom bap person. I'm not. I made a whole R&B album. I'm not a boom bap person.
What was the barefoot music? That's what Rory was
Yeah,
known
like
for.
I'm. That's not. That's. I mean, I do love boom bap. Don't get me wrong, but
He's R and Bap. You know what I'm saying?
Arm back. That's hard. But mine would be before. So I think 2014 Force Hills Drive. For anybody that like probably grew up like me and around my age range is crazy. Like we treat that shit
That
like
that's Cole's best album if you
we
ask
treat
me
that shit
personally.
like that's my
That's
favorite
if
album
he
out of
has
the
a
three, and I'm a
classic.
Drake fan.
If
That's
he
his
has
classic.
Yeah,
yeah,
if he has a
that
classic
would
as
be
far as
his.
his, that's it.
O three Adolescence is like one of my favorite shits, like probably ever. And I like some
You
older
guys
music
didn't
too,
like
but
you guys didn't like Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, hell
yeah,
yeah.
but
Bruh,
That
I
and the
like
warm up.
I
That and the
honestly
warm
like
up is
that
heat.
J Cole
classic.
better than all of them.
That's a mixtape to me.
I like that
Yeah,
J Cole better
it's
than
a
all
yeah.
of them.
Friday
mixtape,
Like
Night
I saw
Lights
the
is crazy.
I
but
heard the hunger. I
It's a
heard the
tape, but
hunger.
that's your album quality though.
I ain't gonna
I
lie.
mean, if
Yeah,
we're
I
that's
doing,
think
I
that.
mean, if we're
He
doing that, the
there's a
one.
record
I'm
on
back,
that.
my
There's
nigga.
a
Hey,
I'm
record
back, my
on
hey,
that.
nigga.
low key,
Pass me
who
the
has
mic
the
up.
best legacy right now? Out of all the big three, who has the
Legacy.
best
I
legacy?
Come
think
on,
this
man,
is
cut it out,
that's
man.
a
We're
dumb
not even
question.
into this.
I think it's too
Hey,
different.
it's not a dumb question,
a
bro.
lot of people
Answer it. You
sleep
know what
on
I'm
Born
saying?
Center, bro.
I'll answer it. One guy's ran the game for 15 years and has the biggest moments in hip hop.
And
They all are there for
and
different
to be
reasons.
honest
Hold
with
on,
you,
Rory. Okay. No, no, no. The reason why I say that Rory answer that. Who do you think has the best legacy right now? As of right now.
Drake. What? Like he's
Among
Oh,
Us
that
and
was the
Nico
easy answer.
undefeated.
No, 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 no. I thought he was gonna argue it or something. Never
nah,
mind.
Drake.
Fuck.
Dog. Like, come on. Look what Drake has done. It's insane.
no, Rory's not gonna lie. He doesn't come
Yeah,
out there to lie.
no, I thought he was
He's
just
not
throwing
gonna
that
Drake
out
lie.
there.
has to be ranked
All
the
right.
higher to me, but like we can't do this to Kendrick. Like he has a perfect discography. Like we gotta like be
No,
Right,
no,
honest
no.
Kendrick is
about
up
it.
there.
You
Agreed,
know
I
but
don't
what?
know
if
about perfect.
You know what?